So I could sit correctly. But we're good.
We're back.
Yes. It's been what, like a month?
Almost 3
Has
weeks.
it? I don't know.
I checked from the last
I think.
episode. It was almost 3 weeks, so
Yeah.
almost a month.
Yeah, I'm just been busy. Busy. A lot went on. I don't even remember what we covered last time. Did we cover? Oh, we just covered all the finals of everything, didn't we? Did the Copa America, did the Gold Cup? Did we get? No, huh? We didn't get to the Gold Cup.
I don't
did we?
think so.
I don't remember
No, because the Gold Cup was like a week ago or two.
the final.
Yeah, right. The final was like 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago.
Because we talked. I think that we did the Nations League
We did that. Yeah,
Nations
because we're
League,
getting right into it.
Euros.
There's
and Copa America, and then wondering where these trades and everything were gonna happen, stuff like that. So that's what I can
how
remember.
do we? Should we just dive right into the main?
I
I got a lot to say. I don't know how much.
I mean, do we have to?
I mean, what?
I mean, is it really that important? I mean, did anybody die? Did anything really matter? You know.
I mean,
Why are we even doing this anymore? Like, why? There's no reason to do this podcast anymore because of it. You know, like why?
It's like, what's soccer?
Yeah, it's like why even do this anymore? There's no value to this. Messi left Barcelona. Nobody cares, and soccer's over. Nobody's gonna watch soccer anymore. Yeah, it was.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, I go. Go ahead.
Because I mean,
We could go on that, or I mean,
I just think it's going to be the main first thing
that'll
we
be the main
talk
first
about.
thing, yeah.
I think it's going to be kind of the majority of what everything's going on.
we could go about that, and then we could just say that. All the other
Okay,
stuff that
so if you guys haven't noticed yet, I mean, we're a few days behind. By now, even though if you watch this by now, yes,
when did it happen?
Messi,
Wednesday or Thursday?
Sunday and Monday, Sunday,
Oh,
the weekend. So yeah, this whole week.
oh okay.
So yeah, everyone knows
Messi left
Messi
Barca
is
and
at PSG.
with the PSG. Wow.
And again, he's a Messi fan,
I'm a Barca fan, and
but he's a Messi fan over Cristiano.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not gonna get into that too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we're gonna speak. I'm gonna speak on the Messi because everyone knows, and there's people that follow us. There's people that even hit me up and call me out like, "Yo, you just hate Messi." Okay, so here's the thing.
Go for it, man.
Once I noticed there was a rivalry with Cristiano and Messi in the beginning, around the time I came back from school, around the time Real was getting ready to win the first Champions League.
Yeah.
Because I was here. Yeah, I was here when Barca won the last one. The Barca won,
Yeah.
2015, and that's when the whole rivalry. I was like, we're all into it, right?
Yeah.
Like we were deep into it. Yes, at that time, there was some type of just rivalry. Oh, I hate your guy. You hate my guy.
Yeah.
Da-da-da, this and that.
Yeah.
Throughout the time, as those players got older and those players had more games and doing more things, and obviously as I got older and I watched both of them even more deeper as I got older,
Yeah.
I've given more of respect to Messi to a certain extent.
Yeah.
It was still a rivalry, but it was growing into something more as like, okay, I want to see what you guys see. And I'm sure people right now are like, you're still fucking crazy. Like, what's wrong with you still? Like, you know what I mean? I'm sure the fans like you and everyone see the magic and see this and see that. Great. Look, I've never once said that he's worthless of like he can't do anything. Obviously, he has all the accolades that shows it,
Yeah.
which I understand his accolades and his rewards and his trophies. I get it.
Yeah.
To not go too much on that detail, where I ended up was during the pandemic. I was like, look, I was always like, Ronaldo won this, Ronaldo has that, Messi has this, Messi has that. At this point, for me, they're both the same player. Not talking about skill wise, not talking about the way they play. I'm talking about they're literally the same player in a sense where like one does something one day, the other one does it the next day, and we're like, look, what the F just happened? When I have these conversations and text Ronaldo,
Yeah.
I'm like, look. And he even texts me back. I was like, what the hell? Like, oh, Messi didn't score today. I bet you Ronaldo doesn't score. And he didn't score.
Yeah.
And it happened always at the same, like simultaneously, those things happen, right?
Yeah.
So when I started noticing that, I was like, look, these guys are going to end up just winning the same shit at a different time.
Yeah.
Hence, when I asked, and I was like putting it out there, I want him to win Copa America. And he did. I wanted to see that. Right? So that's when I'm like, okay, once I saw that, we talked about it, it was very underwhelming how I won it. However, the stats, how everyone said, even somebody DM'd me the stats, and I was like, look, those stats are only from 2 games. I don't know if you noticed that. Remember those stats that he had all those shitload of stats?
Yeah.
They were literally from 2 games, and they're from the 2 shittiest teams in the tournament. Which, yeah, he should do that, right? Okay, that's besides the point. So once I saw these things going on, the moment I was like, okay, more respect for him when I actually finally saw him cry. When he fell to his knees and that whistle was blown,
Yeah.
that was the first time I seen him so passionate to cry that for me personally, when I see someone, anyone I know or anyone I watch, honestly, sometimes it's even random that I hear a story of like, oh my God, they tried for 10 years, they tried for 12 years, and this is the 1 year they finally got it. I'm going to be honest. I get choked up. I cry. I get emotional. Yeah. So when I saw that, I got a little teary-eyed. I was like, holy shit, like it just got me.
Yeah.
Like it's more of a human thing when I saw that, but I got it from him.
Yeah.
And the same thing would happen when I saw Cristiano win for Portugal. I got it. So what I'm saying, like I'm just talking about it from a human aspect. I'm saying like that emotion that I saw him, he was able to give that to me as well.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I'm supposed to be a rival, right? I'm supposed to be a guy that keeps hating and that always telling me, no, you're supposed to hate him. No, the guy did something I asked for, and it happened, and he did it in a way where I was like, whoa, I was kind of like moved because I've never seen him cry. I don't know if you guys seen him cry, but me actually watching that game
the
and to
times
see
that
it,
he lost, the time that he lost,
and that was still a rivalry for me.
Yeah,
that was still the rivalry. That was still like but I never. Sorry, I guess I'd never seen him cry when he won something. Yeah, I didn't see him cry when he won the gold medal, all the champions. Yeah, because Cristiano won when he won. He cried when he got his second Ballon d'Or, and we realized like how long it took. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. See how long that took for Cristiano for the 4 years that Messi won it in a row. Yeah. Like he finally, so he got emotional. So I'm just putting that out there as a human aspect that's something that was like, wow, that was an accomplishment. Yeah. And that's when I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give this guy even more respect. He really wanted it. In the so underwhelming way in the past tournaments, how he, like you guys said, he had good tournaments, he had better tournaments. Uh-huh. In this one, like finally he got it. Great. And that's after all that, I was like, all right, let's see how this is gonna react to come back to Barca. Yeah. And then to be honest with you, it's not that I didn't see it coming. It was just like, wait, you hear it? We were hearing it last year. Yeah. He wanted out. We understood why shit was going insane. It was horrible. And then it happened. So then again, I saw him emotional. I saw him like, okay, that's any player that's been emotionally attached to a club, like Ramos, like Casillas, like all the Barca, all the Madrid players, right? They have their moment in the press conference. I get it. But what dawned on me, or what mainly tripped me out, was the following couple of days when he literally landed in Paris. Mm-hmm. And then more of the story came out. Again, the whole Barca thing, it was fucked up. Basically, there's rules. Basically, there's regulations.
That I didn't know about.
That you, which is fine. But in my opinion, his agent, which I assume is his dad or anybody else that's working with him.
It's his dad, and I think like his uncle or cousin.
Right. So whoever's doing those things needs to understand a contract. Just like in any type of contract in the world that you have. Like you have to read everything that's on that contract. And then you have to apply. That contract needs to possibly let you know that you have to apply the state law that revolves around employment. You know what I mean? Because there's regulate, right? Yeah. So there's basically, I'm gonna put it this way: there was things on that contract that said this, and this, and I realized there was like I can't pinpoint exactly and I wish I should have done this before today, but
Yeah, do your research, man.
there's a like an employment rule or law that applies to all employments in the state of Barcelona where they're from, right?
Yeah.
So that was also something that applied in there. So once I started hearing that coming from pundits and listening to the news and just researching on the articles, it dawned on me like he knew. I think he really knew. He just wanted to enjoy his win. He wanted to enjoy his holidays. But when he got back, I'm pretty sure he knew.
Yeah.
But the thing was, is like, okay, maybe he tried to play his own Messi card, saying, let's see if the league will just slide. Let's see if they will just slide for us because I'm Messi.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not saying he did it in a cock way. We don't know. I just wondered if his dad just probably tried to play that card to wait, because he said he read over it. He even went down 50%. You know, fine. Like I want, you know, like whatever he did. But in my deep down opinion, I think he was like, I'm gonna just roll the dice. But if it's not gonna happen, then I know it's not gonna happen, because now you're telling me these things.
Yeah.
So I think it was getting to him more and more like, fuck. But I also think, and I could be wrong, I don't know if they did enough to really try their best. They say they did, but I don't know, because now you look at the point where maybe he realized that, and then you look at, okay, am I really going to go all out to figure out how I can stay here, even if I played for free? Apparently I can't do that or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And really like play with this team compared to this team with the talent, because they never mentioned any teams, or they never really said that was in talks with anybody else. I'll be honest, I think when he said it on the press conference saying teams called me, I'm sure they did, but he was probably, all right, I already made my decision.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty
so what
sure,
I'm trying to say here, again, I have the most respect for him at this point. But leading towards the jump to PSG, I strongly believe that he was really just going to be, let's see how this plays out, but I already have it in my head. I'm going to go here because I can't win with... I just literally taste glory again, and it's been 5 years.
Yeah.
Because the league for him is like nothing. You know what I mean? Copa del Rey, cool. Like, he won that. But, like, the emotion that he had to win with Argentina was like, no, I need this again. I need this feeling. I need this rush. I need something big again.
Yeah.
And I think what he saw on paper with Barca and all the fucking chaos there, it was like, he basically, he just rolled the dice and sat back, and he was just, all right, I guess not. But yes, the emotions and rawness of leaving something for 21 years, that's real.
Yeah.
I get that. So again, I think in his mind, he already knew. He already knew once they finally met, like, nah, you guys are telling me one thing and it's not.
Yeah.
I guess it is what it is. We got to respect the rules from the league.
Well, yeah, because I'm sure these deals and everything like this, this was probably months of back and forth.
This is what I'm gonna get to. The league ended up getting a fund of like 200 billion or a billion, some amount of money to spread around the league.
Yeah.
And only two teams didn't accept it, and that's Real and Barca. And the reason why I was saying, because it's like a loan where they're saying like, well, if you take this, it's gonna last. It's gonna be over your head for like 30 years.
Yeah.
And those two clubs didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
So, and then they said, so if he took that, they would have had enough money to save him. So then again here, who really wanted to stay? Did they tell Messi like, hey, should we take this? Because you're going to be here for 3 more years, and probably ended up like staying with us in the club after. Because if I'm Messi and you're like, hey, why don't you guys fucking take the money? I want to be here. Well, I want to stay here.
If there was those parameters in the sense of how you said, like, this is gonna hang over $2 billion whatever dollars.
Right. The amount,
whatever the amount it was.
It's like a loan.
Yeah. So I'm sure there's interest amongst that.
Right. That's what they didn't want to.
So I'm sure their thought process was, okay, if we keep Messi, we're not even gonna make a dent in paying this back if we keep him for the next 3 years. So if we get this and we keep Messi, we're hung over with this over for the next 10 years. Who knows if we're gonna be able to cover that in the next 10 years. So I'm sure that kind of went about, and if that was the case, then yeah, I'm pretty sure like no, that's why they're not going to sign it. And I'm pretty sure Madrid was the same. Like no, we don't have the next best thing, and we're not really getting any money, and plus we just are remodeling our entire stadium right now, so
Right.
we're in massive.
Right.
We're going to be in massive debt with that.
So it did benefit at least the other team and the smaller teams. But again, it just dawns on me to my point of like, if you guys really wanted to stay and figure something out, I'm not saying that was a major chance, but it was a chance. But like you said, I get it. If they don't want to be like, I get it. But again, that's one of those things of why I'm gonna go where I'm going as well with this. This is why I root for players over teams.
Yeah.
In my view of soccer of ever since I just really like got closer to the game and more in detail with it. And this is why, because the clubs are doing these things while the players are obviously grinding and just doing their thing. And even fuck ups like this is what makes these guys cry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, like you guys are really rooting for this club, but at the end of the day, these guys, all these players are gonna come and go. Your club is still gonna stay there, which I get.
Yeah.
But the players I feel like I get attached to, that I feel like I grew up watching, I feel like they do more excitement for me than the shirt has. And a lot of players, like people like you, it's the other way around. It's the shirt, it's the badge, it's the whole thing. Which again, I get it, I understand it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I respect it. But this is why also I kind of like, again, another notch of like respecting Messi, because he's like, you know what? We tried something, but I have to go now.
Yeah.
The club couldn't do enough, even though the past president that was there fucked it all up. There was all this time, and they still couldn't do anything for this one guy that is apparently the god of soccer for everyone. Couldn't even get the proper goodbye.
Yeah.
Like that's how disrespectful I think it was. Like that's how I think that's how disrespectful the club did him. But hold on. Let me just throw it all out there. I think in my opinion, I think it was very disrespectful how it ended. But again, I understand the circumstances.
Yeah.
I get it. But again, there was, like they said in the news and the pundits, that there was time to figure something to get to a point where at least give him a better send off. But again, the circumstance is what it is.
Yeah.
So now he leaves. He goes to PSG.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is fucking literally like his face just lit up. When I saw all the videos and saw him, I'm just like, I'm really looking at him like in an exciting way, because again, I asked for this too.
Yeah.
And you know that.
Yeah.
I said I've been wanting to see him to go to another team. I want to see him to do something else with a different team. This is a third team, or I guess fourth technically, because where he came from before Barca, but for him to actually have a somewhat of a competitive team, what I mean by that is like, come on, we know the French league.
Yeah.
But he knew exactly, was like, well, it was more like I'm not going to lose out of this situation because I ended up here. Right? So he realized when he got on the field, and he realized when he landed, like, shit, I have all these players around me.
Yeah.
Literally the top 5 best players in the world. I'm one of them, and 2 of them on my team right now. And possibly the best goalie right now in soccer. Possibly, as he's coming up.
I think he's
possibly.
coming up. I'm sure he's coming up.
That's why I said possibly.
Yeah.
So as he realized, he's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure all that just went away. I really believe like all that I'm sure he's still nice about it and like how he is, he's humbled.
Yeah.
But literally all that went away. He literally thinks and believes I'm winning champions again. Finally, after 6 years.
Yeah.
After 6 years. And yes, again, I wanted to see that, but now I know I don't want to lose a thought that you had earlier. So I don't want to go too far, but where I'm at, let me leave it at this so we can dissect it and talk about it. I have a respect for him. I don't hate the guy. I'm going to make fun of the guy because there's still somewhat of a rivalry. Again, I probably sound stupid right now. I'm like contradicting myself, I'm sure. Like I respect him, but there's still a rivalry, right?
Yeah.
Right. But at the end of the day, yes, I'm the biggest fan, the Cristiano fan ever. Right. He's always going to be my guy. But I'm just actually excited to see what this guy can do in this new team, but mainly in Champions League, because that's where literally the actual competition is. So he's, again, we're gonna go and dive into that. So it's like basically we'll see how it transitions because come on, he should have hat tricks every day against fucking the lowest team over there. Like he should have hat tricks with all his right leg.
He should. Well,
But that's where I'm at.
yeah, keep going.
I'm excited. I actually am excited. Like I said, I asked for the Copa America. He got it. I asked for him to go to a new team. I'm gonna get it. So that's why I'm at a moment in my time with Messi where I'm excited to see this because it's what I asked for, and that's where I'm at. I don't hate the guy. I'm gonna respect him, and I'm gonna still have the rivalry. I'm still gonna go over Cristiano over him, but I am excited to see him because he finally left Barca. Whatever situation it was, it is what it is. But he left Barca. It's gone. It's over. Let's see how these 2-3 years happen, and we'll get to that. And that's where I'm at. So
yeah.
but I don't know. We'll see how this league again. That's what do you? I know I gave my point. Do you have a point? Do you care for it? Do you just want to see it already, or is it like, all right for you? I mean, because you're more of a Messi fan than me. Like you and Ronaldo and Caesar's always no Messi this. So how do you actually feel? I know he left your team. That's your team. You're a Barca fan. But now how do you never really told me how you feel in a sense of like, do I want to see it or do I care for it? Because like you said, when Ronaldo left, our brother Ronaldo felt a different way. He was younger. He's like, I was sad. I hated him. I can't believe he left. And he's like really like, I don't like him anymore. And I'm like, oh, okay, so he despises him.
Yeah, yeah.
But with you, I don't know if you still respect Ronaldo.
No,
I know you have because we've had these conversations. Yeah. So how do you feel in this?
Well, with this one, I think it's just more like it's because I've seen both of them in their last years, and it just seems more of a it just seems more towards the end of the road. So for me, at this point, it's like okay, if he was gonna leave. There's one or two ways he was going to leave. He was either going to leave with the send-off like they did with Iniesta and Xavi, or he was going to leave like this. There's just it came to an end. They couldn't come to an agreement, and wherever he lands. And that's kind of how I saw with at least with Cristiano, he had his prime years still intact for the few years with Juventus. He still had those prime years to be able to at least do something, to win, try to challenge for Champions League, do something. I think with Messi, it's like, I'm not saying he's not in his prime years anymore or anything like that, but it's just, the last few years I've seen him with Barca, like I've seen his role change. His role has changed. He's become more of a facilitator and more of the guy that's like gonna, send it here, send it there to those guys and let the other ones shine a little bit more. So for this one, it just seemed more of a like, he wanted to stay, but it's just like, well, the rules are rules. There's nothing we can do about it, and it is what it is now. With Ronaldo's situation, there was a whole, it
was way different.
It was very, very different. It was. If it were a different place and probably a different time, then Ronaldo stays there and probably stays there even longer because I doubt anything was a money issue. I just think it was more of like other stuff. But with Messi, yeah, I get it. It was a money thing, and it happened. But to me, it was that it happened. It's not like, oh no, he left. I hate him. It's like, well, I mean, this time's kind of coming. It's you're kind of seeing the baton being passed to these younger guys like Mbappe, Haaland, all the younger athletes like that are coming up, and I'm not saying they're outshining them, but
they're doing they're playing.
They're getting their attention more than Messi and Ronaldo now, where they're becoming more of the discussion rather than them. It's like, so for me, it's like if he left and went to MLS, I'm like, well, there you go. He's ready to retire and he's ready to enjoy himself. And I think with this one, I think it's more of just he could have gone anywhere. Honestly, I think he could have gone anywhere.
He really couldn't have.
No. He could have gone anywhere.
No.
In the terms, because he's for free.
Yeah, he's a free, meaning no one was
able
to
pay the club, whatever.
But the wage of paying him through the team is not
no. I know that, but that to me, I don't think.
It's like saying, here's a free Ferrari, can you pay it?
Yeah.
No, fuck it, I can take it. But
I'm sure if anybody would have gone, whatever situation he was looking for himself, he could have gone anywhere. Is what I'm trying to say. If he's obviously looking to go in Champions League, then yeah, PSG is obviously that fit for him.
Over City?
Huh? Well, yeah. I mean, because you gotta remember these players see like they see individual players. They don't really see a structure of a team sometimes. So they look at City. He knows Pep, yeah, but he's probably gonna go in there. And it's like, well, I mean, all these guys are kind of just regular team guys, you know. Like he doesn't see them as Neymar, Mbappe, Sergio Ramos, the goalkeeper.
Okay.
You know,
No, I agree.
so
Okay.
he sees it more as that, and that's where I will get to my point exactly why I believe certain things might happen. But with City, it's like, yeah, it's Pep. He plays his style, but the other thing too, it's a different style than what he's accustomed to because Pep did adjust what he normally does or what he normally did with Barca, and Barca's been doing kind of the same thing for the last. Well, they were doing everything up until the new coaches were coming in and out, and then the last one was kind of going back to those old ways because that's where they technically got that style from, was from the Dutch. So seeing Pep and probably seeing the team that he has, and I'm sure they talked, but I think Pep always made it clear that he never wanted him. He always wanted him to stay at Barca because he always made it clear, you know, he never wanted him. But then again, Pep says crazier things and then goes and signs other players. So I'm sure the idea for Pep was it would be nice to have him, but if Pep is staying at Man City and looking more long term, he knows Messi's not the answer. Because it could be a short term period of, okay, let's win now and then that's it. Where maybe he's looking at all these other guys that he has, like, well, this is a long term project that we've been working on. We're right there. Maybe this guy that we just got can be the key, or maybe we pick one more guy. Who knows? But I still think if it were like you said, like money thing, then yeah, then maybe they wouldn't have been able to form, because they do have high quality players at City. And they gotta pay all those guys, so I'm sure if they were trying to get Messi, they'd be like, then maybe we really probably can't afford this guy, you know. So I'm sure there's a lot of variables and things like that at that point. But yeah, I think for Messi to kind of get the ground going and just like right away try to get it that year, yeah, I think this was probably that group because he sees that, like I said, there's a possibility Mbappe is leaving. There's Neymar just signed for another 2-3 years.
Think so.
3-4 years or whatever. So he might stick around with him, obviously, and then Messi might stay for another. I think they said 2 years, 3 years. Can't remember.
Messi?
Yeah.
Till 23.
So 2 years.
Yeah, it's 2 years plus 1. They said it. Just
yeah,
in case
okay,
or something like that.
It seems like it's like, okay, either we get it this year or we get it next year, or that's it. And I think with City, it's not. I don't think it's that situation. I don't think it's that situation because I think with them it's more like, okay, we had it close this year. Next year, we didn't even have Messi, so do we really need him? Do we really need him? Because they were close to winning. I mean, they just didn't have, they didn't have it. So would he have been that missing piece? Who knows? Because I mean, the guy that they got is good, but as far as I've always seen and I've always noticed is Pep's always been the guy that likes to keep his group that he has already and build that group and then kind of pick pieces here and there. Mm-hmm. He's never really gone after a big star-studded player like in that way at the time. Like he's usually those players have been developed into that. Like De Bruyne wasn't really a star-studded player when he got there, and he developed them into it. A lot of the other guys that weren't really star-studded players, he developed them into those roles. Like Fernandinho, everybody's like, this guy's still playing, but he's been playing phenomenal for Pep. Like, there's players that he's had that were okay, and then he's developed them into things. So I just think it's like, well, if I bring Messi in, it's like, what's that really gonna do for me? What's that really gonna do for us? Like, he's coached them already. I just think that's what it is. I just don't think he wants to coach them again, because he's coached them already. He's developed them. He knows what he can do, but I don't think he wants to do it again.
Maybe that, and I'm like what you said. I think he's a Pep is just a guy that's like, I want all the new challenges.
Yeah, it's kind of the end of the road, and it's getting there, and this is kind of like his last. I would say like this is his last
try. This last
I
gotta try something.
That's what I said. 2 years. What is he? 33, 34, 35, 36. Yeah, and then 36. He goes to MLS.
Because Ronaldo left at 33.
33, but he could have stayed.
But again, yes, he could have stayed.
His situation, he could have stayed.
I think that these 2 years are going to be competitive.
Because what is he now? What is Ronaldo? 36? Yeah. How many years does he have left on his contract? He's got one more year.
This is the next season. This is final season.
This is final. So 36.
I don't want to get too ahead.
37. Yeah, if he doesn't win anything, yeah, I'm sure he's leaving.
He's leaving after the season.
Yeah, I don't know.
Here's why.
I don't know where he goes.
He's going to PSG.
We'll see. I don't know.
Him and Messi are gonna finally play together.
If it is, it is. If it happens, it happens. Who knows?
I hope.
If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
I wanted to. They can make it happen. PSG can make it happen.
I feel like they're gonna play more in Inter Miami before they go to
No,
PSG.
Here's the thing: if you're the guy that owns PSG, and you don't win it the first year, and Mbappe like feels some type of way, like, well, I couldn't win it with this team. Hold on. And then he leaves. Why not get Cristiano for that one next year and be like, you know, I got both of them. If we do it with both of them, then we're done.
Yeah. No, I mean it's possible. The only other I guess you could say variable in all of this that can really ruin this and just make matters all worse is going to be coaching. To me, that's it. That's it. It's everyone's like, oh, how's Messi going to be? How's he going to react? How's he going to be with his team? How's he going to treat them? You know, all that stuff. But you have to remember is that these players can act however they want. It's down to who's really in charge of the team. You know, there.
Well, we know like PSG. It's the higher end.
Yeah, so
Leonardo and the owner are the main guys that run this
that's
shit.
the thing is if they give Pochettino this is your team, you can do this and this with these guys,
which I don't.
And however, okay,
so,
but
for argument's sake, let's go with that. Let's go with who they really are.
Yeah.
Which is they don't do that.
Yeah, they really don't do that.
So
as far as I
so let's go after that. No, as you know, with Tuchel, how do you say that?
Tuchel.
He said it towards the end of before he let him, like, they don't let me do this, they don't let me do that, they don't let me do like he even called them out.
Yeah.
And they didn't like that. Even they put a statement now. I was like, well, I don't know why he's saying it. Like Leonardo put a tweet out. I was like, he shouldn't be saying any of these things. And he was just being real. Like, what am I supposed? Like he was saying, like, what am I supposed to do? I want this. I want that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
no, yeah. So if it's again, yeah.
In some way,
if it is that way, then I don't see them winning. I don't see them winning. I don't. If it's that way.
In a way, like, okay, tell me in a way, like, for example, like saying, like, Pochettino says, I want this type of lineup. I have Messi in, but then like Leonardo and the other guys, like, no. Why are you taking him out, or why are you resting him?
Yeah. They might say that. They might be. It could be a Champions League game, and the week before they played, I don't know, Lille or something, or they played a league game, like those tournament games, those cup games. And the next game's Champions League, or there's a lot of things that the problem with the higher ups is they tend to overlook the player more than the team, in the sense of, I don't know, it can be an international break. If Messi went to go play whatever and comes back, or the other thing can be like, because PSG is well known for this, they don't let their players go sometimes. Yeah, and Brazil's gotten into it with PSG a few times over Neymar, and I think previous players in the past, like Thiago Silva, Marquinhos, and a couple guys that are Brazilians that were there, Lucas, that were there, and told them, like, no, we want our players, and they're like, no, we're not letting you go with them. We're not letting you take them. And that morale, you got to remember, Brazil, or South American players at least, love to play for their country.
Yeah, of course.
So that morale is going to change. It's like, well, shit, if they can't let me go play with my country.
Do you think Messi would care? Because he won already.
He won, but again, it's a South American country. You got to remember that's the difference. I think that's the difference from a team that's from South America. Those countries.
Yeah, but we know how Messi is.
Yeah, but it's compared to the Euros. But yeah, I mean, like I said.
Well, I mean, I think at this point he's more excited because they won one. They won.
Yeah, he won. Yes. So he may won. Yeah, So he
yes.
could still want to go and do those things. And then if it's a qualifying thing, again, there's been controversy like that with the Brazilians, especially with PSG. So that could be part of the thing. And it's funny because it's like Leonardo's their management guy, and then he's one of the guys that doesn't allow them to go. So it's things like that changes the morale of players, and then, you know, you get the coach can come in and say what he says, but then at the end of the day, it's like the upper's going to tell them, no, you better play today. I don't care how you feel, you need to play today. And they might not have a great game, and now the momentum or the morale changes, and it's just who's going to control that locker room. That's the thing, is who's really going to control that locker room. Is it going to be the players, but are the players going to be together? Or is it going to be the coaching and the players together? It's one of those tough situations because you're talking about Mbappe, Neymar, Sergio Ramos, Messi, and Donnarumma. Those are easily 5
top 10
top players. Like in the terms of you have two veterans that have been almost on basically on top of the world. Sergio Ramos won World Cup and Euros. Messi just won Copa Americas, won Champions League, Ballon d'Ors, whatever. Now you got Neymar, Mbappe, who's also won a World Cup, but they're younger guys. Neymar's been around, but Neymar's style.
He's getting there. He's getting to be a veteran.
Neymar's
28,
now,
29 now.
yeah,
Yeah, so he's
Neymar's been, he's gone in the realm of flashy and this and that, and PSG kind of allows him to do it. Mbappe's still the young guy. Donnarumma is the young guy. He tasted glory now, but it's like they still got to be brought back down to earth. And Sergio Ramos and Messi are most likely going to be those kinds of guys to do that for them.
Yeah.
So it just kind of depends on that, and it's how well those players take that veteran player coming towards them to do that.
Right.
How do they take that in? I feel like they would be okay with it. I think Neymar is going to be. I would think he'd be the more of the looser end on that one. That may.
You think
may rile up
you think he'll still be the same? Is that what you're saying? Like he's still going to be the same?
I feel like he's going to be the same, but I think it's going to come to a point now because you got Sergio Ramos and you got Messi now. Messi had Neymar, but at a younger age, at a more, I guess you could say, immature age, where now I think he's a little bit more mature, more okay, settling, understanding, this is what I really want. Because before, we used to just see him, he just wanted to go and play and whatever. And then lately, he's been more like, I've heard him a few times saying, like, no, he really wants to win now. He really wants this. He really wants that. Like, he's more honed in. So, again, that might change a little bit. And then you got Sergio Ramos, who's been top dog in Real Madrid and basically was the face of Real Madrid for so many years. Well,
one of the faces.
One of the, like, in the sense of what they wanted, I guess you could say, in terms of.
He was the captain, but yeah.
I guess you could say for Madrid, but because he was there from the beginning. He was there. He was there from.
He got there. He was at Sevilla.
Oh well, yeah. After that, but I mean, like he
Sevilla or
was there at a
Valencia?
young age, at a very very
he got
young
picked
age.
up,
Yeah,
like-
he got picked up by Sevilla. Yeah, you're right. He was there from Sevilla, and then he got picked, and then he kind of just became.
That's where he became.
He just became like
Yeah.
Madrid. Like he was.
He was
like,
there for 16
yeah.
years.
So he has that realm of being, understanding what it takes, to do whatever it is that you need to do as a veteran player and the advice and stuff like that. So it's just I think having him there is a good, I guess you could say, signing Messi, more of the veteranist kind of guys, so that way they can really control that environment better than if you don't have those two guys, and it's just, and maybe even Messi, because I'm not saying Messi's not really a leader, but I never really seen him as, or been seen as, the kind of guy that says, hey, I'm going to take the team on my back and go for it and really play that leadership role.
It's a Messi fact.
Yeah, no. That's what I've. But then
Yes, I agree.
But that's what I've seen in games. Like I've seen that. Like I've seen that he doesn't. Not saying that he, in the sense, doesn't say it, but he doesn't tend to show it. He just kind of just does it. He just
So
does his
do you
play.
think he's excited about this team because he doesn't have to have the team on his
no,
shoulder, on
I'm
his
sure-
back,
I'm
like how
sure-
it was for Barca?
I'm sure he's excited about this.
But in that
team.
sense, you know what I mean? Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, with Barca, he knew, fuck, I'm gonna have everyone on my shoulders.
Yeah.
I think now it's like,
No. Yeah.
I can breathe.
Yeah.
You guys can take over. In a sense where, like, I can just pass you the ball.
The thing is gonna be
So
more.
do you think that's how it's gonna change for him?
Yeah, but I think what needs to really, really hone in or really be the click is going to be how well they all take in with each other, because with when he was at Barca, him, Neymar, Suarez, Xavi, Iniesta, those guys did everything together. I think maybe aside from Neymar a little bit, but like Xavi, Iniesta, Suarez, Messi, Sergio Busquets, Puyol. They did everything together, like everything. They had weddings together, they had parties together, they had dinners together, they had lunches together, they had vacations together. They did everything together.
Which half of the team here is that.
Well, half of the
From that
team-
picture, did you see the picture?
Yeah. So if it's like that, but now you're adding Messi, you're adding Ramos, but you add those other guys, then yeah, then there's this possibility. Again, that's what I'm saying. Are the players going to control the locker room, or is the coach going to control the locker room, or the higher ups going to control the locker room? And that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
That makes a massive, massive difference, because if the players are together, it's good, but it's also bad, because if coach is saying one thing and the players are feeling another thing, then it doesn't work together. And if the players are feeling one thing, but the higher ups are going to be like, oh, we don't care, you're going to do this. And then that's also bad too, because they're going to tend to say like, no, like this is how we should be, or this is how it should is, or whatever. You know, so there's for me, I think it's that. I'm not talking about their tactical play or how they. We all know how they play. We all know how each individual plays. It's more now of who's gonna accept the other on the field, and off the field. You know, and I think that's where it's tough sometimes. It's tough for teams that have players like that, and I think that was the issue with the old Real Madrid when they had Ronaldo, Figo, Roberto
Galacticos
Carlos,
2000.
Zidane. Yeah, I don't know if they were. I feel like those guys at that time were a different breed of players. Were like, I'm here to play. I'm here to beat you, and I'm here to beat you. That's it. And I want to win.
It was different because back then, obviously, it was no social media. They were friends, but at the same time, I think they were more like it. How people say, like, when you're on the field, you're not my friend.
Yeah.
But it was like literally that. That's what it literally was.
It's like I said, it was individuals. It was more of like, I'm going to put what I can do on the field.
Yeah.
For whatever I can contribute, that's what I'm doing. You know, I don't care what you do. I do what I'm going to do. If coach says I'm going to do this, you know. So that's just how at that time those players. And then Ronaldo, they all said in interviews about Ronaldo, Brazil Ronaldo, he goes, man, if this guy tried an ounce of what his skill was, this guy would have been far better than what everybody believed.
Oh yeah.
But they said in practice he was just like, whatever, he didn't care.
It's like, he was lazy. He was Billy Miles.
Yeah.
This is a guy giving.
Yeah, he would run, he would do whatever, and that was it.
Do you see that though? Like, I think
they allowed that.
They allowed
okay
it, but I think
it.
that's a pattern of Brazilian players.
Oh yeah.
Because they know I can get a World Cup.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's a slightly why it's still in Neymar. Neymar still kind of has that cockiness where I'm like, I'm Neymar.
Yeah.
I'm a Brazilian. Like I come from fucking legacy.
Yeah.
I'm in that legacy.
Yeah.
I passed these guys in goals.
Yeah.
So that's partly there, but like how you said too, he's trying to get everything. He's trying to win. He's trying to be more honed in and serious. But yeah, no, that 2000 team, that Brazil team. Yeah, I was watching the show. If you ever, it's on the ESPN. They're showing.
Oh yeah.
I watched some of it. But yeah, no, you're right.
So that's what I think. That's how I felt about all this, and that's kind of where I look at it as. You know, players are gonna come and go. It was bound to happen. I mean, is it the way anybody from Barca wanted it to happen? Of course not. They all wanted the sending off that like Iniesta and Xavi got. They all wanted to send like every player that's been on that team that was considered to be a legend. They wanted everyone to get a send off, and Messi didn't get one, which is effed up. But it goes all back to the previous president that they had. I think he was.
He was probably a Cristiano fan.
I think no. I just think he was delusional in the sense to believe and say. I think he told himself some like, you tend to tell yourself things and then you believe it to be true. Where it's like, he's not going anywhere. He's gonna stay. He's gonna stay. Where's he gonna go? Where's he gonna go? And he didn't really go about it the way anybody else probably would have for a player like that caliber, that actually, because the one that came in, he tried to bring in players. He brought in Aguero. He brought in guys that maybe that can help, and he got rid of guys, and he basically started to say what what they were trying to do, and I'm pretty sure he tried to talk to Messi and convince him in every way possible, and probably told him, if this is going to be your last year, we'll do this for you, because I'm sure that was amongst the discussion to say, when you end here, this is what we're going to do for you. But, it didn't happen. So now it's, he tried what he could try and unfortunately it just didn't work out. So now he's over there and we'll see what happens in this next year and what they're capable of. But I mean, I don't see it. If they lose games in league, I'm not going to be surprised. If they lose games in Champions League, I'm not going to be surprised because it's again.
What would surprise you? Actually winning it all?
What would surprise me is the dominance.
Is how they dominate everything?
If
they were the Barca back then?
If they were the Barca back then,
which
to the point where it was like even though they train hard or whatever and they still know okay, we could possibly lose this game, there was still that mindset in the back of their mind, we're gonna win.
Yeah.
Before we even step into this stadium, we're gonna win. And if that's what they come with and they produce that, then what will surprise me, if their average is 3 games or 3 goals a game.
Yeah.
They're average.
Yeah, yeah.
They're average. They're winning games 6-0, 5-0, but in the overall, the average becomes, they've averaged 3 goals a game, which is like almost unheard of.
But not just league. You're talking about even Champions League.
Yeah.
Because again, he said, this is like another Ronaldo thing. I'm here for champions.
Yeah.
They didn't get him. I don't know if they said they got him for champions, but they wanted to get him. They got him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They got him because it was free agent. So they were
Yeah.
like, okay. But I don't think they implied it like we needed him for champions. They got him because it was like they won the lottery. Like, hey, we got this guy. I'm sure we should win.
The planets, the stars, the moons
They're
all
aligned
aligned
for
freaking
this guy.
that hour.
Like,
and I said, we're getting it.
I signed for this. Oh, I signed for this. That's what he was like. I'm getting this.
Literally what happened. That's literally what happened to PSG. Like the stars aligned, the planets aligned. There was a blue moon. There was everything you could possibly think of that day.
There's again, like I said earlier, there's a part of me that is excited for him, but there's a part of me of like, no, don't win, because I actually wanted you to win with Cristiano if Cristiano goes to PSG next season. That's where I'm at too, because I want them to win because for them to win together and then just be like, all right, we're done, we're going to MLS. That would be fucking amazing. Like, cool guys, you guys saw that, we're actually done. We're gonna go to fucking Inter Miami, win everything. We're gonna go undefeated over there.
Like, yeah, we had this plan for like 10 years ago. That at the end of the
remember when Ronaldo said we had that dinner? We did. No one knew about it. It was in a dungeon.
Yeah, so for me again, the surprise, like, that they just dominate so well that nobody can really play against them. But I don't think that's gonna happen because you've added a goalkeeper, you've added a center back, and you've added a forward. So you basically added 3 starters.
Actually,
Because I don't know who else did
right back, Hakeem. He's legit.
Oh yeah, he's good. So you added 4 new starters to the team that was already pretty decent.
Yeah.
They're pretty good, and then you brought in a coach and he's done an okay job. I wouldn't say anything great, but I mean he's done a decent and well enough job to keep his job for another couple of years or whatever.
He only came in for like 4 months. Second half of the season. It was the second half of the season, right? Right before the playoffs, or right before the second half of Champions.
No, it was early.
Wasn't it January?
Because Tuchel got let go early in the season, and then he came to Chelsea. I think it was still early, but I don't know if Pochettino came in right. No, Pochettino came in right away.
I think it was when it was the first part of the Champions League and then that break. I think that's when around January.
Yeah,
like I said, around the New Year, because
Tuchel,
that's when all the transfer stuff happens.
Yeah, because Pochettino came in for the playoffs. He didn't come in for the group stage. You're right. Yeah, so
So that's when too with Tuchel.
So
like,
half a year. So I mean, I get it. He did, but again, Chelsea. The comparison is far different because you're talking about a team that was already established with PSG from Tuchel, and they got rid of him, and then they bring in Poch, and he did okay, and he didn't do all that great, and then Tuchel goes to Chelsea with a team that was, I wouldn't say established, but they had all the guys that they wanted. They just didn't know how to really set them up, and then he came in and basically revamped that whole team with the guys that they just said, okay, here are the guys. Do something, and sure enough, he did.
I think what I saw, was that he actually had a good youth, a lot of young players that were getting ready to just.
No, he had a good team.
The team. What I'm saying is like with the young squad that he had is they're in that middle of like we're coming together so well. I think we just needed that. Like you said, it's coaching. It comes down to coaching. So I think that coaching came in at the right time to just put it together. Yeah, and that's what we saw that run. Mm-hmm. They made that run. Yeah. But
because before that they were doing terrible. I mean, they were doing okay.
Yeah, because they had the talents. But again,
but with what they had,
Lampard
was the coach. But what they had was not where they should have been. Yeah. But it made sense with the coach. With the coach that they had, it made sense. But what they had was like, no, man, you shouldn't look at the team that you have and you're barely here. Like you should be up here.
I'm skeptic about the only player that they got, Ramos. Because he's aging too.
He is aging.
He's a defender.
He is aging.
And they said it. The most games he played last season before this whole thing was over, before he left.
Yeah.
I think he said he only started 10 games the whole season.
Yeah.
And plays a very low percentage of the whole season.
Yeah.
Because he was injured.
Yeah.
And he was trying to get back before Euros, and Euros were like, nah, dude, you're not even fit yet.
Yeah.
And that happened. But He's probably the only one I'm thinking of they got. Is one of those like he might just play half of the season.
Yeah, who knows?
But like you said, they all have to stay healthy.
Yeah, it's got to be a healthy thing. I mean,
and then the coach, the coach.
It's gonna be one of those things where they got to be healthy, they got to stay fit, they got to be in line. It's just gonna be. I still think the benefit is that percentage wise, majority of them have played together. In the sense of previous clubs. Like Messi's played with Neymar, Messi's played with Di Maria, obviously, and I think there's Paredes and a couple of the guys that are in Argentina that are there. Or is it just three of them? I think it's just those three.
Paredes, Di Maria, Icardi.
No, I doubt it. I'm pretty sure they're going to get rid of Icardi. I would not doubt it they get rid of Icardi.
Well, they need a backup forward.
They'll use that.
They use him.
The Keane guy. Moises Keane.
They haven't used him a lot either.
He's younger. I'm sure they'll use him. And there's another guy I think that they have.
Argentino or forward?
No, just like forward in general.
I forget.
I think there's a couple of other guys I can't remember. And then Ramos. I don't know who. I can't remember if Ramos played with any of those guys. Oh, Di Maria. I don't know who else is if anybody else is in there.
Naves. Killer.
He's still there?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I mean, we'll see how that happens because
they
they're not gonna start Donnarumma. Like,
you don't go and get that guy and then set him on the bench.
But you know what's funny? I don't know. I'm sure like all the players that they got were for free.
Yeah, they said at least
4 of them, I think,
4 or 5.
Messi, Ramos,
Donnarumma.
Oh, Wijnaldum. We just forgot about Wijnaldum.
Wijnaldum is there.
He's probably the only one that hasn't played with any of them.
Yeah, I think he's the only one that hasn't played with any of them.
That I can think of right now.
Yeah. Yeah, because he was at different.
He was at Liverpool, Netherlands.
I think he was mostly in the English Premier League throughout the
From what I remember.
Yeah, I remember too. But yeah, I mean that's kind of I guess you could say the decency of it. And my boy Herrera is there.
Got like 8 years ago.
He's from United, man. He's there.
Verratti's
still there, right?
Oh, yeah, Verratti just came back from winning. Yeah.
What else they have? I'm trying to remember who else.
Kimpembe is a defender from France.
He
yeah, Kimpembe. He's the one actually been starting the rest of the season. It's him.
Oh, that's right. He is there.
Marquinhos. Yeah.
Marquinhos is there. So, yeah, I think Ramos is just going to be a role guy. Because you got Marquinhos and Kimpembe as the center backs.
Honestly, we'll see in the...
And then Hakim is
again, we'll see because... I don't know
who their left back is.
We'll see because this league... Again, I don't know how different... as a professional...
The only thing... Put it this way. I know everyone's like, oh, they'll roll over this league. Well, it's like, well, they have in the past.
Well, no.
Hold on.
I'm talking about...
No. Hold on. I'll get to my point, and then I'll let you get yours. They'll roll over this league in some sense, to a certain extent, with the certain teams that are there, obviously. But it's more now going to be like, what rhythm can they keep throughout the season? You know, what consistency can they have? There'll be games where they may sit out. You know, I'd be surprised if Messi sits, I don't know, 5% of the season. You know, like I don't know, let's just say 5 games.
All the cup games that they
like
have to play?
5. No. I'm talking about just like, I guess you could say the league games as well. Out of all the league games, and maybe 10 games, league games and the cup games, whatever.
He's already gonna miss the first couple of games.
Yeah, so that's just this year, I guess you could say. So regardless of that, there's gonna be games where they're not gonna have all of them playing together. There's going to be games where one of them is only playing. There's going to be games where 2 of them are playing. There's going to be games where then they have all of them playing, or they have 3 of them playing, but the rest of them are all sitting. Like there's going to be a lot of rotations on that team. It's more or less of now how can he, the coach in the sense, how can he balance that and still keep that momentum and rhythm for the team?
Yeah.
You know, because Messi's going to be a guy that maybe will want to play every single game, but they might tell, oh, no, just sit this game. Or they might say, okay, yeah, we want to play every game, but that can determine or detriment him and hurt him, you know, because he's an older guy. Same with Ramos. You want Ramos, obviously, to be a guy that's healthy, but you play him 5 games in a row, who knows? Maybe he gets hurt, you know. There's a lot of things like that, like I said. So with the league, I feel like they're going to do a lot of that in the sense of the league that they have. They're going to rotate a lot of things, but now it's okay. When are the right times to do it to carry that momentum into Champions League? Because then you got to remember is like let's just say the team that played before the whatever Champions League isn't the lineup you're playing for Champions League. So the lineup that you had, let's just say the league game before Champions League, was a good lineup. They played really well. Everybody was clicking. Everybody's great. And then you go to Champions League and you play a whole different lineup. Now the whole chemistry, the whole build, the whole momentum may not be there, and that could hurt them into that game because of whatever the team that you're facing, maybe the same team that was playing before for their league game and played great and have a whole momentum on a high, and then they come in, they're like, oh man, we're ready for PSG, we're gonna go at them, and they go at them, and then they beat them, and then everyone's like, what just happened? Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar were on the field, and they couldn't score. What this team was all over them. Who knows? Maybe they get paired up with Atalanta, and Atalanta is a team that just is in your face for 90 plus minutes.
The funny, ironic thing would be is they get Barca in the group save, and Barca beats them to go first.
You never. I mean, it's happened. PSG went second that 1 year over. Or no. It happened to somebody. Somebody went second 1 year. I think it was like Madrid or somebody, like a team that should not have gone second went second.
Yeah,
it's happened. It's happened before though. Yeah. I remember that, but I think we'll see.
I think you answered what I was going to ask. Is how dynamic, how different it's going to be when you're coming from this competition that's not really that great.
Yeah.
As opposed to going straight into a Champions League game.
Yeah. Well, it is.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think you kind of answered.
Yeah. Well, you got to remember too is that these other teams that are not going to Champions League. If they're playing that team per se before the Champions League game, you have to remember is that they're going to go all out. That team's going to go all out against whoever they're going. So that's what I'm saying is they may be like, okay, Messi, you're not going to play this game. Mbappe, you're not going to play this game. Neymar, you play. And that team that goes all out against Neymar could be frustrated. He's getting hit. He's getting knocked. Who knows? And then they go into Champions League with Messi or Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi. But Neymar's just not really cutting it. Messi and Mbappe didn't play, so their rhythm's not really there, and things just fall apart. So that again is just more of that. Like, how are they going to manage that? How are they going to balance that? And I think that's going to be the tough part, at least in that point. Because that's how I see it. That's what I see it as. Because then again, what team has ever gotten all these superstars actually been successful
in any sport?
In any sport. In the first year,
the first year
at least. Just the first year.
I can't think of one off the bat.
It took time. It always took time, and eventually they clicked.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Because
I'm hoping it's the following year if they get Cristiano so they can win together.
I know, right?
That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be. That's all I can think of. Well, yeah, but like what we're saying is that not many teams get it in the first year. If they get it, it's gotta just all go well for them. Like from everything, from the beginning, middle, like everything, just everything.
Yeah, because it's funny.
Because you gotta remember all the other teams, Chelsea, City, Munich,
even
Juve,
even Brazil when they had all those players. It took a time.
Well, yeah, it took a time. But what I'm talking about, like right now, like the teams that didn't get these kinds of signings or didn't get these kinds of players, it's like they've already had their structure and built and their rhythm or chemistry, whatever, throughout the last year. They maybe added one or two guys, but they're not obviously superstar guys. They're guys that can come in and just really hit the ground running. I'm not saying that in the Messi and these guys can hit the ground running. Just it's a different dynamic.
Yeah. It's
a completely different dynamic from a player that's already established to a player that has something to prove. So if you get a signing like for Man City, they got Jack Grealish. He's got something to prove. He's got to prove himself that he is the $100 million signing that he's meant to be.
Yeah.
And if he's not, it's a disaster. Bale, Hazard, and Couture are those examples for Madrid. They were 100.
Yeah, Bale did well. It just faded at the end.
But he was supposed to be more than what was expected in the terms of what he did.
Okay.
And same thing with Hazard. Hazard played 2 games, those were 3 games in the friggin' how many years he's been there. That was a disaster.
I feel like some of these players are just like I'm just. Good.
But you get what I'm saying? Like that's the expectation when the player gets signed like that. Whereas these ones, they're a little bit different dynamic. Sergio Ramos, Donnarumma. Donnarumma might be the only one that's like, yeah, okay, he's got something to prove because he's still young. He's still a young guy, and and not in the sense that he needs to prove anything, but he still has his youth to say like, I still got years ahead of me. I still got to push. I still got to work. You know,
I can still grow.
yeah, I still got to grow.
He's
not like a guy like, oh, I've won this, I've won that. No. He's still a guy that's like, I still gotta earn my place. You know, amongst these guys, I gotta be welcomed amongst these guys. Whereas other players, it's like, you know, it's a little different. So again, with that's what I'm saying. Like, I see Chelsea, I see City. Who else?
What?
I'm trying to just think like other teams that are in Champions League. I see
That are
those
doing
teams.
good?
No, I see those teams that are still gonna be like I see those teams having a higher chance
Than PSG.
being successful this season than PSG.
Oh, okay. So I think it's City,
Chelsea, Munich,
Chelsea,
and
Liverpool. They said they had Liverpool up there.
But who? I can't remember. Was it Sevilla? No, Sevilla was in Euros. Who was the other one? That was a four. Who was the final four? Dortmund.
Dortmund was in the Final Four last season.
Was it? Who was it?
It was PSG,
PSG,
City,
Chelsea.
Chelsea, and Madrid.
Oh, that's right.
But Madrid was more like they stumbled in there.
Yeah, they kind of just stumbled
Bayern
in there
Munich
because
lost
they played.
early.
Yeah, and they played a bunch of. They got lucky with their draws.
Oh, because I
they had
remember that
Liverpool that had nothing.
PSG won the first game against Munich, and Munich won the second game, but they won by away goals.
That's right.
So that's when they got.
So, yeah, so it's like there's at least I would say 4, maybe 5 others that could still make a better run than these guys. You know. Who's this? I mean, I'd be fucking surprised if United go far.
I think.
I
mean, they're getting the players. They're
good-
finally getting the players.
They're getting the players.
Look like they can help.
That's
And
what I'm
I
saying.
think-
But that's what I'm saying.
I think the current players like Pogba has seen it. Okay, I got my buddy Varane in here.
Yeah.
Who else did they just get? They got Sancho. So he's probably
Varane.
like those players are probably feeling like, okay, we're getting more good players that we can actually think we can make a run.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they just signed your guy, the coach, like for what another 3 years?
3 or 4 years, I think.
So it's one of those things, like you said. For them, it's like, okay, we're getting these players to get to that groove, but hopefully in the next season.
Yeah.
But if we do something great now, cool. But it's gonna be an interesting year. I want to say this. I don't know. I don't have the full confidence in Juve because Juve didn't they reminding me right now of somewhat similar to Barca on not helping Ronaldo because Ronaldo did everything he could.
Yeah.
Now, do I think
But they
that they're
brought back
not
the
gonna
coach,
do it?
right?
They brought back the coach.
Which one?
Allegri, the first one when he first got there.
Oh, okay.
So they did well. They just didn't go too far. That's when he won against Atletico,
Yeah.
and he came back. That one game.
I-
So that coach is like is structured into what Juve is supposed to be. Is why they're saying that.
You know what I'll say with Juve is I still believe they may have a better chance than PSG. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
The team was good.
Yeah,
The coach wasn't the right fit.
those coaches.
Yeah.
Because
Pirlo was brand new. Don't get me wrong.
how do you do that in any sport?
What? How do you do what?
Just bring someone that never coached, not even coached.
Honestly, I think it was one of those things where they're just because
it was like an
who they
image.
have before
I
him.
can't. The Sarri guy.
The smoking guy.
Sarri.
And then before him was
Was
Allegri.
Allegri.
Okay.
So going back
So-
to Allegri
They got rid of Allegri, and I
And they
can't
got
remember
Sarri,
why.
because they didn't go where they were supposed. They think they were going to go to the final, and they didn't.
And that was the first year
Yeah, that's the first year with Cristiano.
with Cristiano. Okay.
And they didn't go to the
which
final.
wasn't gonna happen because of it wasn't gonna happen. And then Sadi came in for 1 year.
Sorry, let me go back real quick. The other reason why is because he was more of a defensive type coach.
And they had
And
Cristiano.
the owners wanted to be more like, let's get more exciting, let's attack more.
Yeah.
So that was one reason why also. So when
Okay.
they got Sarri, they thought he was because he was more of an attacking type coach
Yeah.
with his little system. They
Yeah.
said, and that's why they got him.
Yeah.
And obviously didn't go the way they thought they were gonna go.
Yeah. Okay.
So
So
then-
then with Sardi, what did he do?
He won the league.
Okay.
They won the league until last year.
Okay.
So they got those cups. They didn't win
So,
like
but with Sardi, it was just 1 year.
it's 1 year as well. They
So
didn't go too far in
Allegri-
Champions
So
League.
Allegri 1 year with Cristiano. Sardi 1 year with Cristiano. Pirlo 1 year with Cristiano. Right?
Yes.
Right so far. And then they brought Allegri back.
So that's
Okay. So within that time, I think they've gotten better players. I can't remember when Delit went. Delit went when Allegri's last that first year with Cristiano, or was
Yeah,
it the following?
they both came at the same
No, it
time.
was the following year. Because I
It was-
remember, yeah, because that's when Ajax beat Juve to go to the.
Oh,
next
you're
round.
right. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
it
You're
was
right.
the following year.
Yes, the following year,
when
yes.
Sarri got him. Okay, so now Allegri has they obviously had a miserable couple years, but hopefully he can pick it back up. But at the same time, you got now Szczesny, you got McKinney, and you got a couple of other better players. If they go back to where Allegri was successful with, I see them being more because they got good players. It's just now how can a coach of that caliber, which he's been successful, he's had Pirlo, he's had Pogba, he's had players. He's had players of, I guess you could say, lesser than what they have now. Because Pogba was good, but he was still young. Pirlo was very old, but just very, still good. And he's Chiellini, Bonucci. They still had those same guys there at the time when he went to the finals with those guys. So I see it being him capable of doing well because they've gotten stronger players. There's a structure there. It's I want to say it's almost similar to what Chelsea has in the terms of the players that they have and the structure that they've built. Okay. It's just now let's put in the right coach. Let's bring in the right system for these players. And I think Allegri obviously has this. If they allow him to do what he's done, then I see them being a little bit more successful because they got the right players. They've got decent amount of players to say, okay, we can make something happen, And if Allegri again, if he can do his thing, then yeah, he can be successful because he's done it before, and he's done it. I want to say with lesser players, but with players of how can I put this? A less star-studded cast,
Well, yeah, because ever since he's been there, they've gone pretty far. Semifinals, quarters,
He's gone to the
finals.
Twice. He's been in the finals twice.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
And he
yeah,
lost
yeah.
both of them.
He lost, Barca and Real, the two best teams at the time.
But again, he had guys,
decent players.
He had guys that weren't like maybe star-studded players, but he had players that were like good enough that can really challenge and really push. So I don't know if they've signed anybody or gotten any new players or anything like that.
Nothing major, nothing big.
But if he's picking the guys that he believes that he can do something with, then yeah, I see something there. I see there's a better possibility of them being more successful, not only in their league, but being more successful in Champions League.
I think they're going to league again because Inter just fell apart. They let go of the two fucking forwards. They're going to. Lukaku just left.
The whole team left because Conte stepped down.
I forgot. I don't even think he's going to coach anymore right now.
I don't think so either. Conte's they got rid of him, and as soon as all the players saw that, they're like, oh, let's go. Yeah, so everybody's
because the coach that they got was the Roma coach, and he didn't do well this season.
Yeah, so everyone jumped ship from
like,
Inter.
We got it. Which makes sense to me.
That's terrible.
That is terrible.
Because honestly,
that's where you build
that team. I think that team this year would have done something better in Champions.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But they were just like, maybe they needed the money.
Yeah, it is. It happens. There's always things that are crazy.
I mean, I get your point. I guess I'm looking at it. I was looking at it differently. I mean, I guess it was one of those things that I was thinking too of, like, get a little bit more boosted up players around him. The first year when he was there with Allegri, it wasn't bad. It just didn't go the way everyone thought. There was great moments. Yeah, they won the league. I'm sure they're gonna win it again since Inter's not that good. But I'm just like, I guess I'm just more like waiting to see, and we'll get excited. But I'm feeling differently than the past 3 years. But again, I now that you said all that, it's I just got to see more because, I mean, it was a friendly. The last game they played against Barcelona, the first 10 minutes they looked good, and then they just, there was just mistakes that happened, and then it just felt like, all right, they just scored 2 more goals, and I was like, all right, it was just a friendly, weird cup game that you guys get.
Yeah.
But what I noticed really different, really different, was that he said it in one of the press conferences, Allegri, we don't want Ronaldo to be more defensive, and in that game he was. I was like, what the fuck is Ronaldo doing all the way down here? He literally fucking fouled Dest like 3 times because he went down to defend, and I'm like, why? Like, I know they say in teams, maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I guess I noticed it more in the pros. if you have one player not defending, you don't have all of them defending when you need them the most, I guess. And if they're but to see Ronaldo do that, I was just really surprised. Like, hey, he's in it. He's in it with Allegri, and he's gonna do what he says, and that's good. So like how you said, now I'm putting two and two together. Like if Allegri is able to do that, meaning like the uppers are not saying, no, we don't want Ronaldo to fucking go defend.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Like, so I think, like you said, I think they're letting him do that because, yeah, like fuck. If I'm sure they're thinking like, fuck it, if you can make him Ronaldo do it, then go make him do it.
Yeah, because I remember the first time when I saw that first, I think it was can't remember what year it was when who did they play first? Was it Barca in the final or was it Madrid in the final? Who was the first one they did? It was Barca, right? So I think years before that, it was a kind of like I obviously formations have been around for the longest time, but it was kind of like the first time I really saw a three defensive formation. I was like, three defenders. I was like, what the heck?
Okay.
And I was just like, who does that? I was like, I've never seen that, and because I obviously didn't dissect the game as much as I did at that time. I was younger or whatever. But then seeing it and kind of like how I seen it now and just seeing it then, I'm just like, oh wow, that's insane. Like it makes sense on what he was trying to do. So again, it's just if it gets the right guys, it gets the right, personas that play that formation, yeah, it's gonna be very effective. It just depends on who you get. Because when he had that formation, he had Pirlo, he had Dani Alves, he had Bonucci, he had Cellini, he had Pogba, he had who was the forward at the time?
Morata and Higuain.
Higuain. No, Higuain wasn't there yet.
I think he was in that final.
It might have been. I had to check. But okay, but I know it was Morata, and then I think a couple of other guys. But when I saw like Dani Alves playing like wing back, I was like, when has this fool ever played like? But then I'm thinking, well, he did the whole time in Barca. He was playing left back, but he was going or right back, but he would go all the way up and attack, and he would even score. So I'm like, it's the same thing. But now you're asking him to kind of like do that the whole game. But I was like, well, then again, he did that. He's been doing that at Barca since fucking forever. So again, it's just having the right personnel. And then he'd made that move on Ronaldo one time. He was with Juve. He did the step over and he megged them and he got around him. And I think that's when he was with Juve. Like I don't know how. I think he was attacking or defending. I can't remember. Ronaldo was really up, and then Dani Alves did a step over. And he turned it, and he megged them, and he got through, and Ronaldo just like that was like the one. I'm pretty sure that's like Dani Alves' like greatest highlight of his life. Amongst the 90 trophies that he has already, he has the most trophies out of any player ever existed. That's insane how many trophies this guy has. But anyways, the pieces that Allegri had that year, it made sense. But then again, Barca that year was just.
Well, to me, he's a good coach. Like, I understand for everything you said. I think he's a good coach. Yeah. But again, I understood what I guess the higher ups were trying to do. They were trying to be more exciting. They were trying to be more attack of mindset. So, I mean, I get it. But I mean, now that you say and put in that perspective, I'm getting more like, okay, let's just see. Because in the beginning, I was just like, I don't know, these players are gonna come in or leave. I mean, no one has really left since the last team that I can think of right now. So far, they kept everybody. They're just bringing like small name.
I think
players.
you just need to like, well, then that's the thing sometimes with coaches. It's like, if you could get the best out of these unknown players, because again, those are the kind of kids that are the kind of players that always want something to prove.
Yeah, they're hungry every day.
And they're always hungry. So, and I think that's where coaches like Pep and Allegri and many coaches that still have been around this game, like Klopp and even Mourinho, there's a reason why they still stick around, because they've found players like that and been able to be successful with players like that. And it's never the easiest thing to do, because you have to make that decision on this kind of player that he's either gonna make it or he's not, and that's what I'm saying. That's kind of my worry with PSG is like, well, you got all these star-studded players, not saying they're not hungry, but there's guys that are hungrier than those guys, but they're not as talented as those guys, So let's just say there's like certain runs or certain plays that, Neymar won't go for, but the other guy will. And when that guy goes for it, something comes out of that.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the thing, and that's why I'm saying, I'm like, is it gonna happen with this group? Not saying that it's not. It's just there might be some of those moments where it could have made the difference in a game. It could have made the win. The Barcelona's a perfect example against Liverpool. I'll never forget it. The moment that they could have gone up 4-0 in the last 2 minutes of the game, and the guy whiffed the ball or missed an open shot. And then they go and lose 4-0 the second round in Liverpool. And everyone's like, oh, 3-0, yeah. And then and I think some people were just like, oh, if that shot goes in, it's a different game. But watch this one shot not going, that's going to haunt that guy for the rest of his life because they're going to lose the next one 4-0. And sure enough, that's what happened. You know, so it's things like that. So that's why that's what I'm saying again. That's why I feel like the other teams against PSG are going to be more successful because it's going to be PSG and it's going to be them. Well, they don't have anything to prove. They're already made. They're already in the lights. We have something to prove. Yeah. If you guys could go in today and beat this team, you go down in history as the team that beat PSG with Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar. And there's going to be more teams that way. There's going to be more wins that way. So what we might be getting is what we got with Ronaldo at Juve. Everybody's going to watch the French league now. Nobody watched the French league. I mean, it was barely televised.
Well,
I mean,
it's going to be kind of tough because beIN Sports is not for, it's not a lot. Everyone doesn't have beIN Sports, and that's where the
well, that's what I'm saying. Is that eventually
because when Ronaldo came in, ESPN was able to get the rights. And that's when all the games were being. So that's how it kind of came up in the last 3 years because ESPN got it.
Well, this was kind of last minute with Messi.
That's right. It's going to be like if you don't have beIN Sports, you got to go get it.
Yeah. So I'm sure that might happen, but I think that's what I see. I don't see it. I don't see what happened with the Italian league happening here in the sense
of other players coming.
Other players coming in
because the other teams are not that.
I don't see that happening here.
Yeah, no.
But what I see here is that the teams that are there already are gonna push against these teams even more. I mean, Lille already won the league last year, so I don't know what their transfer market is or how players they got rid of, what players they got in, but they're gonna keep pushing. They're gonna keep working. I don't know. Monaco, I don't know how they'll do. Marseille, I don't know how they're gonna do. But there's teams. Lyon, I don't know how there's teams there that have been of a quality at some point in some time, and they're gonna obviously push against a lot of these. Or push against PSG especially. So.
Yeah, these teams. They got Lyon. You got the Mets. The Mets are on here.
Go Mets.
The Mets. You got Claremont Foot. That's a team name. You got Nice.
Nice. Is what's his name still there? I don't know if he's still there. Balotelli. I don't know if he's still at Nice. I think that was the last time I saw him.
He's probably playing second division. But that's where we're at with Messi. And do you want to go over the ridiculousness of the FIFA rankings?
Oh dear Lord. I mean, I'm taking my glasses off for this one. Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
First of all,
I don't know how any of those teams
are
still where they were before everything.
First of all, how is Belgium still one? I have since 2018.
But it's like I told you. Remember I told you I said the teams that they've beaten, whatever, the points that they were given for beating those teams. Remember I told you, I said or I don't know who was underneath them. I said they can beat them and beat all these other teams and still not even get close enough to get there. And I think that's exactly what happened. USA's 10 and Mexico's 9. But they beat them twice.
But Denmark's not up there and they went far near us.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Like I don't get it. I don't. It's so political, and it's just.
I don't even think it's political. I think it's the system that's in place of how it's ranked. Like when you put a system in of like it does it itself, they gather the points, and that's how it comes out.
Who won the Euros? Italy. And they're fifth. Oh my God.
And Argentina
Belgium still won.
Belgium and France.
And Belgium lost. Hold on. First round.
England lost to Italy, but Italy is under England.
I don't get it. Well, no, like Mexico and USA. I don't know how USA went from 20 something to
I think they
10.
were just 20. Still, 20 to 10.
But 10 slots?
Yeah.
10. You're telling me that.
Well, I can.
You're telling me that USA beating Haiti gave them 10 more slots than Italy winning the Euros.
No, I agree with you on that part. I agree with you that specific part.
Oh my god!
But I think the dynamic was boosted up. It was like they had two different teams that beat somewhat the same Mexico team.
That still does not
In
hold
some
merit
way.
to winning in Euros.
No, which I get. No. They can go up, but not to 10. And even
15 at least.
And Mexico for losing that twice, they should not be 9.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
No. I get it. I'm just saying, like, if that's what they're looking at, then it confuses me because
But I think
yes,
if it's a point system, it's a
horrible
horrible point system. First of all, and secondly, what power or what point?
The top 4 teams.
Oh dear Lord!
The top 4 teams in the world did not win anything this past summer.
Who's the top 4?
Belgium, Brazil, France, and England.
Holy
France didn't
shit.
get out or France lost in the first round. Brazil lost in the final. Belgium lost in the playoffs. England lost in the final. And you got your winners over here, which are Italy at 5th, Argentina at 6th.
And Italy went on a 30-game unbeaten freaking streak, and they're still 5th.
That's what I'm.
What the?
What is FIFA? What are you doing?
I quit. I don't want to do this anymore.
Loud noises.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
horrible. I saw that because I think there were some that were joking of the rankings with USA. I saw
they were
it,
like,
and I'm like,
nah,
at first I thought it was real.
Yeah,
and
because
then
I checked.
Yeah, and I
like,
went down.
dude, hold on.
I was like, no,
and then when it
this is
finally
happening.
came out, I was like, oh.
And then it came out. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, are you kidding me on this ranking?
Hold on, you're telling me Mexico and USA is almost as good as Portugal right now?
Fuck, I don't know, man.
And you're telling me Portugal is almost good at Spain right now? If anyone's Spain's all right at 7.
Spain's at 7?
Oh, I mean, what?
Spain's at 7.
Yeah.
But they haven't been doing that good.
They did well in this tournament. They just
They
lost
did
in penalties.
okay.
They lost in penalties against Italy.
Did okay.
Okay, so that could have won either way,
Okay.
right? They could have gone to a
I
final.
think okay, that should be a solid.
But hold on. It's a solid okay. I don't still think they're still too low, but the way they came into this tournament, not knowing who the team was going to be because of COVID, they used half of the fucking Olympic team. They used half of the Olympic team literally the weeks before, like it was about to start. And they're like, well, who the fuck are we going to play with? Because half of our team has COVID. And then once the tournament started, like, all right, well, we got everyone back, and they didn't even get to train. And the fact that they went this far,
oh my god,
you know what I mean?
I don't.
Yes, the top 4, like,
no, the top 4 should not be top 4.
I would have Italy at 1. I'll have you probably hate me here. I have Italy at 1. I'm gonna say Spain 2 because the way they did and how that team did, and then to keep France 3 just because how they are. And then Argentina 4th. And then the rest is just I don't care. Even if it's Portugal, but that's my top 4.
I give England up there at least.
No,
They got to the final.
They got to the final, but they had the easy side. They still had the easy side, and the way they had the group stage, they did fucking horrible in the group stage. Italy was the most consistent team.
Oh no! Italy right now should be 1.
Right.
I mean, if the statistics are right, where they said that they've not allowed a single goal for like X amount of games and been unbeaten in whatever they said. I think it was 30 games. They said they're what 3 or 4 games behind the record of unbeaten games. Italy.
No, I think it was 1. They won this streak with 1 less win than the other team that they got. They're in second.
I know, but there's an unbeaten streak that I think they're like a couple games behind.
No, it was 1.
Which I think they're gonna get.
There's 1 game behind. I think it was France.
It's France or Spain. It's somebody that there was a year that Spain. I think it was Spain.
They're 1 game away to tie.
There's something like that. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is they won.
Either way,
Yeah.
from the point where that started to now,
And they're not
and
one.
not be 1 at
This is
not even
ridiculous.
close to 1 is fucking ridiculous. It is mind-boggling to hear that. And the way they've done it, like
Yeah.
it, I was, I hate the FIFA,
FIFA.
ranking. I
FIFA, I
hate
don't
the
know,
FIFA,
FIFA.
ranking. But I don't
Even
I don't even know what the hell to say anymore.
even I'm upset about the women's side. USA shouldn't be there. They barely did good in the
You
Olympics.
They're one.
They're one still.
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off.
They're one still. But I mean,
Uh,
I think they're finally catching up to them.
Everybody.
Everyone else.
Oh yeah.
One of the old players
Well,
that was
yeah.
covering them. She was saying
Yeah.
the way we're playing and the other teams are actually catching
Well, the
up
thing
to
is
us.
that these other countries now are starting to invest in their
In their
sides,
leagues.
in their leagues,
Yeah.
and for the
Yeah.
women's, which
Yeah.
is great, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Because I was hearing, I had a conversation with somebody, one of the coaches that actually has been around. He was telling me a couple things like about U.S. players trying to go out to Spain or this and that, but they're saying that some of the teams are like, those are the teams. Everything else below is just crap.
Yeah.
But you got to remember too is that it's not a massive market for women right now in terms of that sport. So your 4 teams, I guess you could say, for that whatever league are those teams.
Yeah.
You know, the rest are just whatever. And then the countries now have invested some time and effort into these teams, and you're seeing them slowly come up, which is great. Which is what has been needed and what has been wanted for so many years already for them. So it's good. It's good that that's happening. It's just they're getting closer and closer to, I guess you could say, that goal of, being similar to the men's side, which I think is gonna happen in years' time. I wouldn't say it's gonna happen in the next year or two, but I say it in the next five or six. I would give it that it finally reaches to the point where you're seeing the leagues with their own women's teams now, because I don't think all of them have them. Like I know Man United, City, a couple like the big names have them. Or I'm saying that all of them have them eventually,
Right.
and it's gonna get to that point, and then televised and exposure. I would say maybe another 10 years at least, but at least
Hopefully.
before that.
Hopefully soon.
Well, yeah, no, that's good. But oh my god, this fucking FIFA ranking. I saw
Yeah,
that shit. I was like,
Because
wow.
like if you're because
I was like, I know what I'm gonna talk
because
about.
because hold on, if you had Portugal at 5, I think they were 5th going into Euros. That still doesn't make sense how Belgium didn't drop at all and all these other teams dropped.
But again, like I said, if it's a point system where I don't know, they have 100 points and the team below them has 20. It's like that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. Like it doesn't matter how many games you can
Because
win.
Germany's not even. You're telling me Mexico and USA are better than Germany right now. I just saw that. Hold on, Germany. Again, I know how bad Germany shitted down their leg, but they had moments. They were able to
Yeah.
beat Portugal. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
What is Germany? 12,
It
13?
doesn't just give me the top 10. It doesn't give me the rest.
But I don't know.
Actually, it does give me the rest.
It should.
Oh, 11. So let's go out of the 10. 11 is Denmark.
Oh, okay.
Netherlands is 12. Uruguay is 13. Switzerland 14.
Yeah.
Colombia 15. And then Germany at 16. So you're telling me Germany and USA swapped kind of. Kind of.
Yeah, kind
And then after Germany, you got Sweden, Croatia, Wales, Chile, Senegal, Peru,
Senegal's still up there, and they don't even play anybody.
Austria 23,
Oh my God.
Japan, Ukraine. And Ukraine did kind of well. Iran, Poland.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
these
tried reading
rankings.
into it, and I know it's like a point system, but I just don't know what they accumulate those points being.
Yeah,
You know,
this is so weird.
because it's
but,
like who beat Belgium?
Italy.
Italy.
And Italy's the
Like,
one that won.
How far do you have to be? Like it just sounds like Belgium. Like as like I was saying, it's like Belgium can lose the next 5 games. Again, we could say Brazil. They could play Brazil, Italy, Mexico, USA, fucking Germany, and they lose all 5, and somehow still stay with 1.
I hate not having actual detailed facts, I guess you can say.
Yeah,
But apparently some of these ranking systems get you boosted in a certain pot when the World Cup comes.
I don't know. Maybe.
I think so. There were.
I
one of them
know.
was
I
talking
know.
about it because
I know it was. It's a geographical thing. One. I know
Um,
that's. I know that's one of the.
like
things.
again, if you're like one of the, if you're like say just top 5, you get, you know how each pot has one.
Yeah.
Go, so there's gonna like the rankings like, oh, this one goes in this pot because they're the first one.
Yeah.
And like something like that goes into play when they get ready to go for the World Cup.
Yeah.
Because I remember, is it true at one point USA was ranked 5th in the world?
Supposedly.
Wasn't that 2016 or so? Or 20? No, 2006.
So, something like.
Remember
way
when they
in the-
when they got Portugal in the group stage,
Oh, that was the
when McBride was there.
2012 one, I think.
right?
Wait. When who was there?
McBride was on the team.
Oh, you're talking
Donovan.
about before Ronaldo.
Yeah, this is.
Oh, that was
Figo.
probably 2002.
I think so, right? When they had those like Nike jerseys with like.
Yeah, that might have been 2002.
So that's when they was the one of them was saying
Yeah, I
that
think so.
pot was thrown into those teams, and sometimes it's good for sometimes it's better for the upper teams that have been there for a while than the ones that are, like USA are now going back to that because they're gonna get one of those like tough groups.
Oh.
So in some way, it's not good for USA if they keep going up
Yeah.
because they're barely coming up while the World Cup, as opposed to these teams that have been
Been
up there for the past 4 since the last World Cup.
Yeah.
They get the better groups.
Oh.
I could be wrong, but that's how I felt. I took what they were talking about it the other night that I was watching.
Well, that was the year, if I remember correctly, that was the year they beat Germany.
yeah, you
In
say
the,
right.
in the first round or the group, or I can't
Dude, we
remember.
can just look it up.
I know.
Google magic, my
I
friend.
know, right?
Google magic. But that's where these are at. I don't know, man.
I mean, because
I don't know. I'm just waiting for it to fucking happen already.
it's what, 2022? Next year?
Next fall.
It's-
In about 18 months.
Hold on. It's 2022.
So next-
Hold on. We're 21.
So next year.
Wait. It's supposed to be 2022, right?
Next year.
But it's not in the summer. They pushed it. They pushed it back to the winter. The end of 2022.
The end of the year. That's it. So there's no summer big tournament.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
I don't
Unless
think so.
they do fucking like Nations League in the summer.
No, because that's supposed to be next year.
Like or whatever. If they end up bringing back Confederations
no.
Cup. into the same
Confederations Cup was supposed to be this year,
but
but
everything's
because everything got pushed
back.
back. They might do that.
Because
They
it's only
might
two.
do that.
It's only two groups, and I don't know. I wouldn't do it. To be honest with you, I wouldn't do it. But that's also one of those
But then
things that you
again,
need to be
FIFA,
informed.
those people want to put 100 and some games on these players, so I wouldn't be if I can be surprised
Well,
if they
then
do a
you got to think about
Confederations
it.
Cup.
I don't know. Do you want?
I wouldn't be surprised if they do a Confederations Cup. I would not be surprised. But if they did, they should have announced it by now.
Which I don't think they have. Nothing like all the other stuff has been announced, right? Like, hey, we're
Yeah.
pushing this back. They're talking about more than the World Cup and the Confederations. So I don't think it's gonna happen if they haven't said it. Because you got within like a year,
Yeah, well, who knows? We'll see.
which I think would be good. But then again, do you want certain players to stay informed, or do you want them to actually rest after this long ass fucking season that's about to happen?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, who
Because
knows?
we don't know, like, are they going to do a Gold Cup? Is it because it's every year? Like, we don't know what summer tournaments are they going to be over other tournaments.
Yeah.
Because basically, Europe doesn't have a tournament. Europe is just, from a looks of it, Europe is not going to have a tournament.
Yeah, there's usually that year.
That's
they
what I'm saying.
don't
So I
do
don't know
much.
if they're going to have the Nations League, because the Nations League is going to be in this fall for what
Oh, that's right.
those two semifinals are about to happen.
That's true.
So once that's over, again, I don't think they're going to have, I don't know, we'll see. Don't surprise them. Be like, hey, we're going to throw this shit real quick.
I know.
Fucking Confederations
That
Cup.
was-
But yeah, man, this is some ranking.
Tell me. Well, I think that's it. Anything else other than the
Well, I mean, everything started to. Well, the
other than
season
what
started
what
today.
the disaster Gold Cup. Probably the worst Gold Cup I've ever seen.
I was like,
Was the Gold Cup.
was
The
it?
Nations League was the good one. The Nations League was the one that
Nation
went to
League, sorry.
overtime in 3-2. The Gold Cup was
Oh, 0-0? And what
no
was
the
this
Gold. The Gold Cup was the Mexico practice game that we saw, and then USA deciding to score in the last 5 minutes of the game.
There you go.
That's literally what it was. A practice game for Mexico. And then they said, hey, you want USA, go ahead and score in the last 5 minutes off one fucking set piece. Yeah. Fucking A. What a disaster that game was. What a fucking disaster. I was pissed.
Yeah, no.
I was pissed. I was so. I even said, if USA scores in this game, I'm gonna be so mad. And sure enough, they scored.
He was mad.
I was. That was the first time I've ever been mad about a Mexico USA game.
Yeah, it was funny.
I never really pay attention to those games. I watch them and I'm like, okay, they're good to watch, whatever. But the way this one was, I'm like, are you kidding me, Mexico? The whole fucking game, they were in their face. They were hitting the ball. Everything you could possibly imagine just didn't go their way. And USA gets... Oh, and USA had by far the best chance in the first, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
The most open shot you could probably ask for. Like...
And they missed them.
Like it's the jokes that I made. You could have texted your friend. You could have took a sip of water. You could have sat down and relaxed. And this guy full on missed the goal.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And then the one shot that they make is probably by far the most difficult one.
Yeah. It was a set piece. It was a header.
Oh my god!
And I still think it was offside, but they never checked it.
Yeah, they didn't check it.
But
it was wow.
That was pretty funny.
That was horrible.
I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
I was pissed. Because it was like, it's not that I was pissed because Mexico wasn't good or anything. I was pissed at the fact that USA literally were fucking cones and sat back the whole goddamn game. And Mexico couldn't, they threw everything at the team. I give credit to the keeper. He got his saves or whatever, which actually was funny because he basically made two backup goalkeepers change nations because of it. I hope you know. I don't know if you know that.
Oh, I just saw that.
So there's two keepers ahead of that goalkeeper that played. So there's two already ahead of him. There's the one there's the one that's at Man City, and there's the guy that I don't know if it was this one. I can't remember. If this is the one that plays at Bruges or if it's the one ahead of him. But there's two goalkeepers that play out in Europe. And then it's this one. So they played this guy, and the one that was behind him was supposed to be the guy that was supposed to start throughout the term, but didn't. So they played that one. So that this guy basically secured the third spot as a goalkeeper. So they take usually three goalkeepers.
Yeah.
So now the guy behind him, and then the guy behind that one. So there's five. So the fourth and the fifth are basically changing nations and going to Mexico.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was just like, oh my god.
There was actually today another guy from Galaxy changed.
Yeah, that's the fifth keeper.
No, he's a defender.
Oh yeah, sorry, you're right.
So
I'm thinking of the Ochoa guy. His
That's
name's
the
David
goalie.
Ochoa. That's the goalie.
But the guy, so there's not two goalies. There's one. 'Cause I know I let you talk, but it's
yeah,
one.
Yeah, it might be the one then.
So it's one goalie and the
there's another
defender,
guy. Yeah,
right?
the defender.
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, because I think the defender don't have a chance with with the way this defense did and the defense that they originally have now. So basically, put it this way: this lineup was all MLS guys. I think maybe 3 were from Europe, but from very low divisions of
Something
Europe.
like that.
And one of them actually benefited off of this was the Bucio guy, who I was surprised that didn't get to play a lot.
Well, I was watching. I did watch a couple of games. He did well in one, and then he did a horrible one in another one. Which why I understand why he didn't play the final or start.
So he ended up going to Italy,
to Venice.
And a couple of other guys were pretty well. There's one guy in particular I'm still surprised they haven't really looked at. I think it's Daryl. I think it's Dikai, something like that.
Dikai. Well,
he's good.
He's not.
He was in Europe. He went to
He was in the second division.
He was in the second division. He did really well. He was scoring goals. He plays, I think, for Orlando or something. So I just think he didn't still have enough. Well, and then when he came for USA, actually, when he played the game, the times that he got on, he was scoring and he was actually doing well. So I just think he just needs a little bit more time.
Oh yeah, he's only 20.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he's a freaking man child if you look at him.
Well, that's one of those things that we talk about in soccer. It's like, okay, and what? You look at Messi, right?
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. But no, it's
in the structure and system in USA, which we get, you won't. That's the guys that they want because Altidore.
But he's the kind of guy that
could be he could be the next Altidore.
I think he could even be better than Altidore.
Right.
I just think he needs to be allowed to go over more and someone has to really keep him over there.
I think someone has to develop him better because I saw the game that he played badly, which was the semifinals against Qatar.
Credit to Qatar, man.
Qatar, yeah. Well, they took their A team.
Xavi did a number with those guys, man.
and LeBlanc.
And LeBlanc. Yeah, that's right.
But
That's right.
yeah, that guy. I saw him. I was they were hyping him up, but yeah, that game that I saw, I was like, you got to score those goals. And he
Yeah.
had a couple
No,
chances.
yeah.
Like you got to score those goals. You got to be the guy. If you're that
Yeah.
player, that striker, you got to score those goals.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's when I saw him. He didn't start the final, and I was just like, oh, well, yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's now, I guess you could say, a pool of players where they can.
I don't think most of these guys that
No, they'll be solid. I guess you could put it this way: they'll be solid guys for.
I say
the
maybe four.
backup.
I can't even think of all the names, but maybe four
Yeah.
will end up in the World Cup roster. The
Yeah.
rest won't.
Oh no! Yeah. No. The original lineup will be the original lineup, and then there's
And
gonna
God
be
for-
like
I just God forbid no one gets hurt. Like
yeah.
one
But
of the start of the top
still,
ones.
I still believe there's gonna be like like you said, like maybe like 3, maybe 2, 4 might be pushing it. That will be within the group because again, it's still another year, and anything can happen in another year. So another player.
We're just
can
gonna
come
get
up
close.
and
Literally in about 18 months.
a hidden player from fucking I don't know from Iceland can pop out of nowhere that was a dual nation USA somehow and be playing well. I don't know, but God, what a disaster of a game! That was horrible.
I want to talk about it like 8 years ago. It was like
Man,
2 weeks ago.
I know, but it still upsets me.
But I don't know. Yeah.
That
Well, the
was kinda it,
season.
huh?
Yeah, the seasons are about to start. They started today.
Yeah.
At least.
My team plays tomorrow, 4:30 in the morning.
I'm actually
Against
gonna-
Leeds United. That's gonna be a good one.
Ooh.
That's gonna be a good
Why
one.
is it gonna be so early?
I know.
Let
I
me
didn't
see,
want it to
let
be
me
that
see,
early.
let
That's
me
gonna
see.
be a good one though.
Tomorrow.
And Sancho's gonna play this at.
Damn. Oh wait, tomorrow?
Yes, I just said that like 10 seconds ago. Tomorrow, 4:30 in the
Juve
morning.
plays tomorrow
Oh,
against
Juve.
Atalanta. I don't know if it's a friendly. It says friendly. It's a
No,
friendly.
it's usually I know the English Premier League usually tends to start.
They start.
early.
Oh, I think I can watch Crystal Palace versus Chelsea. They play tomorrow. The France league starts against Starsborough.
Yeah, everything. I know it's
Most
always
of
some
them.
that start this weekend and then the following
The
weekend.
one is the fall. The rest
Yeah.
of them. Yeah. So 4:30 Leeds. You got Leicester versus Wolves at 7, and then Liverpool versus Norwich. I don't know, man. I'm kind of excited about the MLS All Stars. It's funny how we talk so much shit to him, but we actually go to a game.
I know, right?
We're actually at the stadium watching LAFC, and we're like,
Oh, dude, don't even get me started on that game. I was pissed at that game.
dude, nobody cared. Nobody watched besides the people that were there.
That were there, yeah, I know.
Oh,
I was like,
man.
are you kidding me? Just sitting behind the goal though, and just being able to view everything. I'm just like, why are you playing like this?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I don't know.
is that most of it? That was basically
Yeah, I think
kind of we
that's-
caught up. We kind of caught up, I think.
I think we caught up. There wasn't really much. It was just a couple games that
We
we.
just missed a few weeks from since the since the Gold Cup.
Yeah, because in reality, not much else was really happening.
We just the
Uh,
Gold Cup.
yeah, like
Everyone was pretty much on holiday, and then MLS is
Yeah.
going, and then this
But
whole
we'll-
Messi thing.
we'll get
And
it
then
back
the season,
going.
yeah, the season's
Yeah,
season's about. I'm excited for the season. Well, let me just. I don't want to go, I guess, too long, but how do you think the La Liga is going to be now, in your perspective, since obviously Messi and Ronaldo are completely gone? Is it going to be like the old days, where like it's somewhat there still, like it's?
I think it'll be the same as it was last year. I mean, Messi was there, but it was it just wasn't the attention that everybody wanted to see anymore. I think last year was the glimpse of what was already to come. Like, yeah, Messi was there, but it was like, did you really want to watch Messi against Atletico Madrid?
Can you think at top of your head who should be the best player in La Liga now?
Suarez. I think Suarez would be the best one.
So is it going to be Suarez versus Benzema? Pretty much they're side by side. Benzema had a couple of good years.
Nah. I think it was just because it was surprising what Suarez was able to do last year, considered what he was told.
Which is great, but also Benzema had a good season to actually get back to the France team. If he didn't have a season, they
I
probably
think they
wouldn't.
just felt bad.
Fuck yeah.
I think they just felt bad for the guy.
Why? Because he did good or didn't do good?
It's just like, man, we held you out for this long. Let's just let you play this one.
And we even go for it.
Let's let you play this one. Who knows if you even get to the World Cup one. I think he will, right?
Yeah.
He should be.
Giroud should be done.
Yeah, he
'Cause
should.
he
Be.
left. He went to AC Milan.
Oh, that's right.
I think he's done after this.
Best player in La Liga? Yeah, I think it's gonna be
Because
Suarez.
I don't think Bale's gonna step it up. He's just gonna play. He's gonna
I think
play
it's
because he
gonna
has
be
Ancelotti now.
Suarez.
But I don't think he's gonna step it up like he said. Like I don't think he's gonna look at it and be like, I should take over and be the
Yeah.
fucking best player. I don't think he's gonna take that advantage,
No.
right?
Not even close. I don't know. Who knows if I think Hazard got
And
hurt
then-
again, didn't he?
Yeah. And then Greaves, I don't know how they're gonna shine at Barca. They're gonna come, you know, because like they were saying,
I
like
think Barca's gonna be good, but they're gonna be more of a well-rounded, just like team now. I don't think there's gonna be a guy like we gotta get to this guy. We gotta give it. I think it's just gonna be a team now. I feel like it's gonna be that, and then Atletico's gonna be Atletico. They ain't changing, especially with Simeone. That's why I said I think Suarez will do well because, I mean, he did well last year, and I think he's just gonna thrive to do well this year. Madrid, they even sign anybody? Oh, just Alba.
yeah, the Alba guy.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think they'll do that well because
'Cause-
you're talking about the guys that are gotten a lot older.
Because their center backs left.
Yeah, they got no
Varane and
center backs.
Ramos.
Holy crap, you're right. Yeah, so I don't see Madrid doing all that great.
'Cause they
I
still
think
have-
they'll
they
be-
still
and then they don't
have-
have. And then who's the coach now?
Ancelotti, but they still have
Oh, Ancelotti.
Modric, Kroos, and Casemiro in the mid.
Yeah, they're old.
This is probably their final season.
Yeah,
Who knows how they'll do in their final season?
yeah. I think they'll be okay. They'll be decent. I'm not gonna say they're gonna be like, oh, they fell off or anything. I think it's gonna be Atletico and then Madrid and
They're saying
Barca.
Sevilla's coming up. So
Sevilla's coming up, but they're always right there. It just kind of depends on the guys that they end up with and stuff like that. So
So you
and then Vidal is up there now because of that one coach. So we'll see.
let's end it with this. Give me your I guess not your final thought, but your main thoughts on your team, Man U going into the season. What do you think?
taking
they're
league.
taking? Yeah, fuck
We
yeah.
got it. That's it. We just needed Sancho. We needed Varane. It's ours. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. It's like what? Still
what did we
say-
do?
you did-
I think
you-
we did third.
No, you just second. You just took second.
No, we didn't take second.
Yeah,
We took second.
yeah. Check it. I'm pretty sure you guys took second.
No, because then we would. No.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you guys took
Second. Can you? I don't even know how you could check the.
Google it. All you gotta put the season.
I know, but I don't know if you could check it on this one.
All you gotta do is Google.
Seasons right here. There you go. Seasons. Oh shit, you're right.
How do I know this is your fucking team?
Because at that point, I remember at the point it was like the
'Cause-
last couple games, City
And
already
then City
won,
took it, but they
and
just
then-
landed at second.
and then for us it was just like, I think we won or Liverpool or somebody lost below us. And it was like, oh, that's it, we're stuck here.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
what fucking matter? We're already gonna go Champions League. That was like the only goal. Well, shit, fuck, that changes everything. Yeah, I don't fucking know, to be honest with you. It's anybody's game. I think it's anybody's game because Chelsea got stronger, we got stronger, City's the same. They got Grealish. That's about
they
it.
might get Kane, which I don't know why,
I
but they
don't
might
know.
get Kane.
I don't
I
know.
just
if
saw
they're
this
gonna-
morning that
No,
they're
they're working to get him.
I don't know how
I
big of
don't
an
know.
impact he's gonna be.
I don't know how big of an impact it's gonna be either.
'Cause I feel like go ahead, keep going.
Liverpool, I think, will be steady. Hold on, let me see. I didn't see.
Tottenham's not gonna go up.
Tottenham,
They're
nothing.
gonna-
Leicester's there. West Ham. Arsenal, fucking disaster. Brentford. Holy hell. How do you
That
lose
was bad.
2-0 to Brentford? A newly promoted
If he-
team.
Oh, you know what's funny?
Holy
You know what's funny? The next two games, I think it's City and Liverpool,
For Arsenal?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. They're
and
done.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna fire that.
They
coach.
gotta fire that coach. They need to. You lost to Brentford, a newly promoted team that's not been in the fucking league in like 70 some years.
I don't know. Leeds did good last season when they
But
came
the
up.
coach they had was
Oh, yeah.
fucking good. You gotta, that guy.
Yeah, you're right,
you gotta
you're right.
give him a lot of fucking credit. He's a really good coach. And his first game, they lost 4-3 to City.
That's right.
The first game,
That was
and it was a fucking exciting
I
game.
remember I saw it.
But us, United,
I honestly think
those signings were needed for the challenge to get first. So
Honestly-
it's gonna come down to
I honestly think it's gonna be between you and City. You guys and City. I really think it's gonna be.
Chelsea's gonna be in the mix. Though.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry,
No, Chelsea's gonna be in the mix.
my Europe team, my English Premier team, Chelsea. Yes,
they're gonna be in the mix. So it's
I
gonna be
keep
between
forgetting.
those three.
I keep forgetting. So you guys might end up in third.
No, I don't think we'll take third. I feel like we'll get to that first. I think we could get it.
So
this
then
year.
maybe City might get. I think City might get the third, where they'll be like that hungover team where we're just getting injuries.
No, it could be.
We're getting injuries because after the first season was good.
I mean, City's going to be good enough to probably maintain 3. I don't think they'll go further down to 5th or anything like that. I think they'll maintain 3. It'll be a shock if they go down to 4th or 5th. They'll maintain the 3rd. I think Chelsea is right there, but all he's gotten the guys that he's been trying to get, and I think those were the. I always said it. We needed a fucking defender. Middle, I still think we need one more guy in the center mid with Pogba and Bruno, and then
Sancho. Or
no,
is he
he's on the wings.
Oh.
He's either the wings or he might be forward, and no, he'll be most likely the wing. And we needed like a winger, more of an attack. So, Rashford's gonna be out for like 2 months, I think. He had shoulder surgery. Greenwood's still young. We still have Cavani. Martial, we'll see how he does, honestly.
I think it's time for him to go.
And we just picked up Sancho.
Oh, you have your boy. You're Roberto Carlos.
Oh, yeah. Luke Shaw. No, the back line's going to be good. Luke Shaw,
So you guys have
Maguire, Varane, and
here's
Wan-Bissaka.
one
I think
thing
it's going to be a very good back
one
line.
thing that I would do for your team. I think it's time for De Gea to go.
Oh yeah, we're not gonna use him anymore. We're using the other goalkeeper,
back one, right?
the Henderson guy.
Because
He should
De
be
Gea
good.
didn't even play the Euros.
No, we used Henderson because he's been doing great.
No, but
Yeah.
did you?
So
I think
I'm fine with that. I think De Gea's been there for well enough time and enough time period
Which
to do what he was
didn't
able
go
to
the way
do.
it's supposed to.
I think I think since Ferguson left, the years kind of leading up to now, we're kind of like
Or behind him.
yeah, it was kind of coming. So I like the keeper we have now. I liked him actually when I found before I even knew he was our keeper because he was with the other team loaned out. And when I found out he was loaned out, I was like, oh my god, this guy's good. I was like, why don't we just bring this guy now? So he's the reason why that team stood in the Premier League, and they're gone now because they just had a disaster of a team after that. But yeah, the keeper we have is very good. If we use Henderson, the back line is very solid if they can stay healthy. In which they will. Maguire played every single game. Luke Shaw played the season of his life. Bissaka is still wild, but he covers a shit ton of ground. And Varane is a good center back. I mean, I think he's a better center back than Lindelof. He's gonna win fucking headers for sure. Lindelof would never fucking go up for a header, and every goal we got scored on corners were because Lindelof did not fucking go up to defend the header, and Varane will. Varane will go up and win headers. So there's no doubt in my mind on that one. The middle, Bruno, I think only plays good with fucking United because he had a badass free kick at the other time.
Huh?
He had a badass free kick on over the week last weekend on a preseason game.
I didn't even get to see it.
They had like a preseason friendly game with
Got it.
Watford or somebody, and he had a badass fucking free kick.
I don't think he's a play good. I just think he has so much games that he just had too many games.
And he just got tired with Portugal.
It's just like he wasn't all there.
Yeah, we'll see. But I think he'll play better with us anyways. Pogba, I think is excited now that he's got a couple good better guys, and I think he'll probably play well in this and that. Sancho's gonna be, as much as he didn't have the season that everybody expected him to have with Dortmund, I think this was the change he needed because he was there, yeah, but I think Haaland really overshined him, and he kind of became a shadow, and everybody forgot about him.
And I think he's ready to play because he didn't really get to
so-
play in the Euros that much.
So that's what I'm saying. So I think he's ready to go, and I think he'll really do well. The other side, it depends who we play on the side. Oh, Lingard, we got Lingard back, and Lingard had a tremendous year.
They're not keeping him. They said.
Oh,
I think he's gonna go to Leicester.
If they keep him,
I saw, they were gonna loan him to Leicester again.
Okay, well, if they keep him, great. If not,
Yeah, I think they should. I think they should keep him because after he left, obviously he was able to play now.
yeah.
But who's ahead of him? Who plays his positions?
Let me double check here.
Because I thought he was good. It's just that he didn't.
Oh no, yeah, he's.
But I think that last I saw somewhere, I think they're gonna lend him to Leicester.
We still haven't even gotten
Real
Varane
quick,
yet. Varane still hasn't made the deal yet.
For those that are watching, if you guys haven't yet, this is no paid promo, but go watch Ted Lasso.
Oh yeah,
It's a really good soccer story.
it is
It's a good show.
It's a
on
great
Apple.
show. It is a fantastic show.
It's based off soccer,
But it's not even like
but it's not mainly like
Yeah, it's
just
not
driven
mainly
for
soccer.
soccer. There's a story to it. It's good. Just Ted Lasso on Apple.
I think they
Watch
already got rid of Lingard. Oh no, he's still there. No, he's there. Who would be? Oh, we have Pereira back.
Who?
Pereira. He was at He was in Spain. He was playing for one of the Spain teams, but he's good. Fred is there. Oh, we still have Donny van der Beek.
Oh, I can't even play much.
I know he doesn't.
I
play
think he has to
much.
go because it's
Yeah, it feels
Pogba.
bad. Backline, yeah, Lingard, and then we still have Mata.
I was about to say, do you guys still have him?
Shea
Jesus.
James. We got that new kid Ahmad. We got him last year. He's like he's a 19-year-old. He's actually pretty good. But
I think they're gonna like.
yeah, we're good. We're good. I think
Did he play? He played in that season, the preseason.
the
Lingard?
Ahmad guy.
No, see, Lingard. I think he
Yeah,
did.
he did.
I saw pictures.
He did. No, he did.
When I saw the pictures, oh shit, he's back. Because I forgot I was alone.
Yeah. So it just depends. It just depends who they want to keep, how they want to move the guys, and this. But I just thought I saw we haven't got Varane yet, so we're still hoping on that one. Hopefully we could get him in time because I think the deadline is the end of this month. So, but yeah, I honestly, if it comes down to winning the championship, it's gonna come down to
Those three.
I think I would say those three, but I think the favors are gonna be Chelsea and United. I think City's gonna have that championship hangover, and they're gonna get injuries and stuff like that, and blah, blah, blah. So we'll see. Yeah, I mean that's basically it that I think.
I know this just came to my head. I probably could have said it off the camera. Or did you see the Field of Dreams?
Yeah,
That shit was cool.
that was pretty cool. I was surprised.
I saw it all today.
I was like, is
what
this
the
real?
fuck?
At first, I was like, is this real? Is this really happening?
I
like,
thought
what
it
are
was
they
just a photo because I followed the Yankee guy,
Yeah.
the big dude.
Yeah.
What's his
I
name?
don't know.
Well, anyways, the main guy.
I don't pay attention to baseball
I
that
know,
much.
right?
That was probably
So
the
I
only time
follow him and I saw a picture. I was like, why is he going into a cornfield? This was yesterday or the day before. I was like, all right, whatever. And then all of it today was like, I was like, oh shit, they actually had the game like that. I was like, that's cool. I was
the
like,
actual field that they filmed on.
yeah, they just redid it. They added the stands.
they
And I'm
added
like,
stands, they
oh
did
shit.
it.
And then the guy, Kevin Costner,
He came out.
I was like, that's cool.
That was pretty cool.
That was like, that's something like you always think of, like, they should do this.
Yeah,
And they did it.
Yeah,
That was pretty
That was
cool.
pretty
I
cool.
thought I mentioned that because
yeah.
what do they have for soccer for that? I don't think we have anything like that they can do in a movie,
In a movie, not that I can think of.
right?
No.
Not gonna think of it either. I mean, it's not like they're gonna do Victory and go play somewhere over there. Like
Yeah,
that.
with
And
Nazis and all that.
yeah, man, I was like, if they put fucking Germany on them, they're gonna cancel the team. Like, "Yeah, because they're supporting them. No, relax. Fuck. But yeah, I thought that was cool. I wanted to
Yeah, that was pretty
mention that.
That
I
was
was
cool.
I was literally saw it today. I was like, that was cool.
cool. Yeah, and I saw that too. I was like, that's pretty cool.
But yeah. But all right. I mean,
So yeah,
season's about to start. New season. Excited. I don't know. Any
I mean that's
random-
really the only exciting league to watch.
What?
Is the Premier League.
Mm,
In terms of the teams like that are gonna challenge.
I saw-
because think about it, the France League. Yes, Lille won, but are they gonna challenge again? Who knows? PSG
Well-
obviously is supposed to be like a shoe-in to fucking win the whole thing. The Italian League, Inter just decided to
The
like
shit.
explode their
Like,
team
"Alright,
and
we just
say,
wanna-
"We just wanted that one year. Thank you
we'll
guys."
give it back to
And
Juve.
F off. And yeah, so Juve is gonna go back to however they're gonna go. And then Spain, it's like we just said, like, is anybody really gonna watch now? Spain? It's like,
Well, that's the thing. I think it's
And-
funny because as I was watching the whole Messi thing, the whole, it's like, wow, we're getting there. Like we're really getting to like
that's what I'm saying.
like
what-
it's getting like yeah, he said like it's coming, but it's like we're finally seeing it. It's
Yeah.
like, so what are we gonna like? I think this season is gonna be one of those seasons like, okay, who are we gonna gather? Who are we gonna like? Who's gonna be the shine? Like is Mbappe gonna finally shine,
Yeah.
or is Holland? Because Holland's still at
Dortmund.
Borussia, and like he still could shine there somehow and help that club. But what like we gotta see.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of excited for all the league because as much as we always see Bayern Munich win, I don't think they're gonna. I honestly don't think they're gonna win it this year for that season. This season, I don't think they're gonna do it.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
There's a new
I can't-
coach.
I can't remember.
Even though the new coach is good
That's right.
because he was from Leipzig,
That's right.
he's a good coach.
Yeah, he is a good coach.
Again, like I said, things take time when you're a new
I
coach.
forgot Chelsea got Lukaku. That's right. That's right.
They just got Lukaku.
Son of a
That's
damn
over.
it. Well, if we could freaking stop.
So
him.
again, I think well, here's the thing. I think all the leagues are somewhat getting excited. We're gonna see some new players. We're gonna see some players that were supposed to do good last season probably come up, or whatever downfalls who probably might have, and just like it's all gonna be there now. It's not like like you said. I think it's exciting for the French league to have Messi, but then again, it's like, all right, dude, we got you. Again, we just said it. You guys should demolish that league.
Yeah.
And now I think also the Italian league said, yeah, I think it's also still up in the air. Besides the fact that Inter did what they did, well, we'll see. Again, it's Ronaldo's fourth final season. Is he gonna step it all up? Is he gonna go harder than he's ever, or is it gonna just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then again, Premier League is gonna be, again, we never know because it's not that one team winning it all the time.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be exciting. So I don't know. I think I'm excited for all of these that I'm gonna be able to watch. I'm gonna try to watch all the games, like I try to do all the time.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna be a good season. And
Yeah.
most of the fans are back.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw some of the games.
Oh, well,
which
the
is
only
cool.
game, the one game that had looked like full capacity was the Arsenal Brentford one.
That one, and I
And
saw
that
a
was
Germany
amazing.
game. The one Bayern Munich was losing.
Oh, I
That German
didn't
game,
see the
though.
highlights for that yet, or nor did I see anything like that. But I saw that they did play. But I know, I didn't know they had all their fans back. But the Brentford and the Arsenal one, I was like,
So
whoa.
slowly but surely, most of the fans are back in most of the leagues,
Yeah.
which is exciting.
I mean, the fans have been back here. We went to an LFC game.
Yeah, over here too. I don't know how that goes, but it works. But yeah, seasons are about to start.
Yeah, it should be fun. It'll be fun. I'm excited. I'm glad it's back. Just want baseball to end now.
I haven't even watched any of that besides the whole thing right now. The only thing I saw was those pictures and highlights. And did you see how they won? Did you see how the game ended?
Yeah.
That was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Fucking walk off.
Yeah, no,
The
right?
first home run before that,
Yeah.
it was that guy. He hit that home run, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. And then the walk off, I was like, damn. I was like, fuck it.
Yeah, I guess.
It was the only exciting time. I was like, why even watch playoffs? Like this was the game.
Oh, what's going? Basketball's coming up too.
No, it's over.
All the old guys are playing at Lakers.
Oh, we left off also, and it's not too much, but the Olympics, Brazil won.
Oh, the Olympics. Brazil won?
Yeah.
Who'd they play in the finals?
Spain.
It was Spain?
And then Mexico got third.
It was
They
the
played
penalties
against-
though, wasn't it? Brazil was the penalties that they went to, or was it the final? I don't even remember. It was the Olympics.
Yeah, you're right.
It was the
I just know that they
that was
won.
more. You know what was funny? The Olympics. I was more excited in watching fencing than anything else.
Fencing.
Fencing was fucking exciting, man. It was intense.
That girl, right?
The
That one that
women's
won?
one were like, fuck, like they hit one person. I mean, we're going way off topic here, but they got like a small hit, and they're yelling like crazy. I was like, what just happened? Is it like, is it over? It's like, no, they just got a point. I'm like, holy fuck.
I was watching badminton. I was watching badminton and fucking
Badminton's
table
fun.
tennis,
Table tennis
fucking
is fun.
shooting. It's funny how all the white people won the shooting games.
I know, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was cool to see the other stuff that I don't get to ever. Like they said, the fencing was, but I heard, I don't know if they did it this one, but I heard that supposedly that Star Wars fighting is actually was in. I don't know if it was in this Olympics, but there's plans to have it as an Olympic thing.
Say that again.
Star Wars, the lightsabers. You know how they do fencing, but they're doing it with Star Wars lightsabers. I'm not shitting you. I'm not shitting you.
But football is not in there yet
I guess not.
because the real football is called football in there.
Yeah.
I mean, no, the one that was cool was skateboarding. I was watching
Oh
most
yeah,
of it.
that was cool.
cool.
That was cool. It had the two youngest medalists, I
They
guess,
won?
in there.
I think so, and then they won it,
12
right?
and 14. No, the one that won it was
The street one was a Japan
Japan
chick.
chick,
Was
but
it
she was
chick?
like older.
No, she was young. I thought she was young.
No, there was the one that won was the older one. I think she was like in her 30s. The younger one, yeah, I think there was another Asian one, but I don't think she was from Japan.
Oh,
And then there was a Brazilian one.
Brazilian one.
And I think they were like 14 and 12. or
That was
something
cool. I was
like that.
excited to see that because it's weird how it's a crime, but it's a sport,
Yeah.
which is weird.
Yeah.
But I thought it was cool to see. What else did I see? I think those were the main ones. Everything else was just
some
like
of the karate ones were pretty cool.
I didn't
Some
get to
guy
see
got
that.
knocked the hell out.
I saw that.
I didn't know you can't really hit them hard. Like you just gotta like
Nudge.
mimic it.
Yeah.
Like it's weird, but it's like I get what they're trying to do. But on one of them, I guess it was like the gold medal, whatever. And this guy just straight out like he went for the head kick, but I think he wasn't supposed to follow through, and he followed through and knocked him out. And you can't knock if you knock out a guy, you're disqualified.
Oh.
So I was like, oh shit, he knocked him out, he won. And then they like paused for like fucking forever, and then they realized, nope, you get disqualified for that. So I was like, that sucks. He lost the gold medal because of it.
I still think, as much as we just said how exciting some of this stuff was, I still think at the end of the day, I think the Olympics are so horribly put together that some of it doesn't make sense
Yeah.
because most of them are young, which I
Yeah.
get it, and then some can't. How do I put this? Some can't even make the team because something bad happened and certain things and this and that. Like that running chick, that sprinter.
Oh yeah.
You know, so I'm saying, like, I guess one of my point is, like, literally not the real all best athletes are there.
Oh yeah. No yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
why I'm like, well, are you the best? Because, like, this person couldn't get here. And we
Yeah.
don't know if,
Yeah.
because the other
Well,
person.
going off that one person, I didn't know there was a. I don't know if this was the first time they'd done this, but there was a mixed relay where they had men and women
I didn't
racing
even see
together.
that.
I saw it. It was weird. So basically, you pick whoever can go first, second, third, or fourth, and you can go you can do the girls can go first and second, and the men can go third and fourth, or you can mix it. You go guy first, girls, third, whatever. And I was watching it, like I kind of caught it like midway, and it was one of the like exchanges, and I think like the girls, I think it was like the second person going, and it was like the girls were running. And there's this one that just went and just fucking took off. And I'm like, man, that girl's fast. And I didn't realize that it was a guy until the end. Like,
Oh, really?
Because I was like, oh, this is a mix? I was like, what the heck? I was like, I just thought that girl was really fucking fast. But, like, I mean, like, took off. Like, just dusted everybody. But then they're like, and then I think the last person for one of the teams was a girl because they would try to, like, it was like a strategy thing. But it ended up working out because, like, that. Like they had the lead, and then like you just see all the other teams had their men's, and they just caught up to this girl and just overran her, and then it was over. It was like, but it was pretty cool. Like
I didn't even see it.
I was surprised to see it. I was just like, oh, this is new. I was like, they're trying something. Maybe they're just trying to make this more entertaining in some way, which is pretty cool. It was cool to see, because they like interviewed. I think the U.S. team got disqualified because there was like a mishandling of the baton or some crap, or I don't know, but it was pretty cool to see. Either way, I was just surprised that they did that in the Olympics.
Is it?
Yeah, we got off topic there.
Yeah.
Like,
Sorry.
Yeah,
We actually spoke on the Olympics.
well, it's because it's, you know what, it honestly with the Olympics, because you never see these sports every day. It's actually cool to see it,
And
like,
how, like, hype it, like, how
and-
they.
and to real, like, because you only see it in that brief moment of whatever minutes, but then you like make the realizations, like, this person has been training for this for like fucking
Ever.
years,
Ever. Forever.
and it's like they may not have been at the last Olympics, but fuck the sacrifice that they made and the effort and everything just to get there, and that's why I get excited, I guess you could say, for the other events of Olympics other than soccer, because I know what the soccer
Right.
they do and all this and that, but the other ones obviously don't get that recognition or that admiration or any of that stuff, because it's like majority of those people, because I've seen stories and they've done interviews with other people that do the events, like this is their side thing, that's not their living, because they know that
that's
they
what I'm
can't
saying.
make a living out of this.
That's why I think the Olympics is so, like, done so wrong that the people that do the Olympics are the ones banking off of it.
Yeah,
And they just get a medal and
Yeah.
whatever endorsements later on. Or,
yeah.
But yeah, it's like.
But it's still cool to see. I praise a lot of those people that can do those things that I know I would never even get to attempt to do. But it's like, I don't know what are the rowing people. It's like fuck, you gotta have fucking jacked ass arms to do that. And there was one. It's like it was just by themselves, it's like a canoe, but they're not even sitting rowing. They're doing it like one sided. I'm like, holy hell, like how? And I'm looking at it like I think it was the women's one that I saw. I was like, their arms are massive. I was like, holy crap! Like they're just like rowing the shit out of that boat.
Yeah. That's how he watches the shit. It's fucking fascinating.
Well, no, that's what I'm fascinated about it. It's insane. And the shooting one was the American, the shotgun. They was just like, oh, okay,
We're supposed to win.
and I'm like, because I'm thinking of like watching them, like they're not gonna miss. I was like, they fucking do this shit like in their fucking eyes closed, and some of them miss. I'm like, how the hell'd you miss? They have like 30 shots to do, and then like one of them, I don't know, went fucking 25 for 30. I was like, how'd you miss 5 shots, man? It's just 2 and 2. It's like that's all you get. I don't know. That's it. I'm done talking about the Olympics.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
all right,
So we're done.
yeah.
We'll get into the show soon.
Yeah.
Another episode.
Well, we'll get back into it because now the season's starting, and I'm sure there's going to be more things to go about and teams and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and then I'm sure the drawing for Champions League will come up.
Oh, that's right.
Um,
I'm pretty sure PSG and Barcelona.
and then you said the final of the Nations League's coming up.
I think it's around November or around there somewhere.
Oh.
October. I don't know, but we'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to all that stuff. So should be
But
good.
all right, we're good. That's
Good.
finite.
All right,
We're
man.
done.
We'll catch you guys next time. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you guys.